Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing, we're going to talk about a lot today, but I want to try something. Hello? Hold on, y'all. My mic went out. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Look, I'm a one-man show over here. Oh, y'all heard me saying hello. My mic went out. All right, Big Bob Gun. So today, what I want to do, right? We're gonna run the show, for regular for the most part. I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna drop the link, all that. But this is an exclusive call-in show. Tank don't want the rematch. Now, of course, if you think Tank do want the rematch, I want you to call in. But mainly, if you don't think Tank want the rematch, I want you to call in and give your 2 cents and let me know Why you think that? I'm just curious to know. This isn't a platform where we just gonna talk about one opinion. No, I have my opinion and y'all have y'all's opinions. And I know everybody in my chat is not of the same opinion because that's not the type of platform I have over here. I want to know what you're thinking, how you got to that conclusion, why you think that. So I think I seen somebody early in the chat that say Tank ain't who y'all think he is. Let me put the number at the bottom of the screen. Somebody call real quick just so I can make sure it's gonna ring and everything go through. I'm still trying to get the phone situation down, So we're gonna do a test run today. We're gonna do a test run today. Until then, let's talk about some things, right? And I've been kind of going back and forth with myself if I was gonna talk about this today, or if I was gonna bring it up, because normally I really don't talk too much personal stuff about the boxers. I just keep it boxing. Hold on, I was trying to do something. Let me think, y'all. I forgot what I was trying to do. Oh, here we go. There go the number at the bottom of the screen, 281-845-2103. And maybe I should wait till some more people pull up in here before I cover this. Make sure you punch that like button, please. We need to get 100 likes before I get off the live today. Y'all be watching. I be having over 100 people that have viewed this live once I get off. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. People in the chat, when you see people coming in, tell them hit the like button. And I realize it's a lot of people that watch my show that don't ever even comment. Like I go into other chats. Hold on real quick, y'all. Somebody calling me. Oh, y'all was calling the Google thing. Okay, call back. Whoever that just called in, call back. Okay, you calling? Let me see. It's not ringing. Call back again. Whoever just called, call back again. Okay, here we go. There. All right, y'all. Let me get it set up. Hello? All right, I'm good. All right, appreciate it. All right, we good to go on the phone line. We good to go on the phone line. So please call into the show. And then I also want to throw another topic in there that I think is interesting. But what y'all think? Two topics or one topic? Two topics or one topic? Because we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I got you. I answered it. I'm trying to get it together over here. I'm a one woman show. So two topics. Can y'all please call in and let me know why you believe Tank is fighting Jake Paul or even planned on fighting Jake Paul? Please call in to the show and let me know why Tank don't want the rematch. You can call in just to get your 2 cents, period. But the main topics for tonight is Tank don't want the rematch and fight and why you think he's gonna fight Jake Paul. So I think moving forward, if this works out good, my Friday night shows will be a call-in show where you just call in, say what you gotta say, and hang up. Jab Queen Boxing, why you do Big Dog Willie like that? So let's start off with this real quick, right? The fight, Gervonta Tank Davis fight, has been postponed. Now, I understand some people, they believe it's been postponed and it was supposed to be this date. That's the date that they were talking about doing it. But and then so now Tank don't want the rematch. He want more money, whatever the case may be, right? And so now I'm just like, why do y'all keep saying the fight was postponed if it was never scheduled? Now, y'all let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go through this. The fight was never scheduled, right? So if me and my fiance are planning a wedding, and I say, "Oh, we're gonna do the wedding in April," but we ain't put nothing in writing. We ain't booked no venue. We just putting a date out there, and then we say, "No, we gonna do it in May." Is the wedding postponed? Because we haven't even scheduled it. We only talked about doing it around this time. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know and drop below if I'm tripping. Is the wedding postponed or no? And so I'm watching these videos of people saying it's postponed, and then I'm reading the comments, and I'm like, golly, y'all got all of that out of the fight that hasn't even been scheduled being postponed. Like it doesn't make sense, right? They're trying to schedule a rematch, and then they're like, "Oh, now they may not rematch till this date." That's terrible. Like, what? So, what do you mean? Like, how does when he rematch him? How are you turning that into a negative? Like, I don't get it. I just don't understand. 281-845-2103. You can call in and give me your 2 cents. Why does Tank not want the rematch, and why you think he gonna fight Jake Paul? I'm gonna see who gonna call in and get a 2 cents and chit chat with me, because I see a lot of it in the comments. But I want to talk to, I want to chit chat with some of y'all that this opinion. I'm just trying to understand. I'm not trying to like debate or argue with you unless you want to. We can go there, but I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just trying to have a conversation. And so I started thinking, right? And I already made a video about this. So if you already checked it out, cool. If not, just hear me out. Hear me out. I started thinking like, so what they be doing is they take every step of the negotiation process when it come to Tank, and then they create a narrative and spin it, and then turn everything into a negative. You could have easily said, "Oh, they're supposed to do the fight in June. They're gonna move it back to August. They thinking about doing it in August now." But it can't just be that. It got to be Tank not ready. Okay, let's say Tank not ready. He not ready for the rematch right now. He want to wait, push it back. Like what? Like, I guess it could be a negative because he not ready. He should be ready. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that they not right, and I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying when I look at it from my point of view, logically, with common sense, that's not what I would go to. Oh, he not ready. He don't like even okay, he not ready. Cool. Okay, we'll move it back. Let him. Don't you want him to be ready? Don't you want Tank to be ready to fight the rematch? I'm just asking. Don't you want him to be ready? Why wouldn't you want him to be ready to fight the rematch? I don't understand. I don't, like I say, I got criticisms and critiques about fighters, but I don't just like believing anything to have a reason. Like I don't make up reasons to not be sensible. You get what I'm saying? It's like all logic goes out the window for some of y'all. And then people be trying to argue points. And it's like, even if that's the point you trying to argue, okay, he not ready. He not ready. He's like, okay, then move it back. Tank ain't ready for the rematch. Okay, well then let him get ready. Let him get ready. What are we talking about? How you know Roach ain't ready for the rematch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying he not ready for the rematch. I mean, I'm not saying if it's negative or positive. I'm just saying there's always a negative narrative attached to every step of the negotiation process for Tank. And I to me, I just be like, okay, well, I guess you see the glass half empty type. Oh, he not ready. Okay, he not ready. Let him get ready then. Like, what are we talking about? Wouldn't you want him to be ready? Like, answer that. Wouldn't you want him to be ready? Come on, my line is dry. It's not even ringing. I know everybody in the chat not agreeing with me. I know everybody listening want to call in and tell me why Tank don't want the rematch. Y'all already was in my chat saying he ain't who we think he is. And when I just try to give a different perspective, now I'm a Tank fangirl. Now I'm a Tank fangirl. No, some y'all being unreasonable and illogical in my opinion. And I'm just giving my 2 cents. It's not about me being a fangirl. And you will never criticize. I don't need to criticize. Y'all doing that. Y'all are doing that enough. Not only are you criticizing him, you just making up stuff. But that's cool. I'm just gonna give my 2 cents about it. Oh, he's scared. He's being forced. He's being forced to fight the rematch. Okay. Who's forcing him to fight the rematch? I'm just like who? Okay, what part of the like who does the forcing of the fights of Tank Davis? Is it his trainer? Is it his manager? Is it his financial advisor? Who is forcing him to take the rematch? Call in and let me know. Who's forcing 281-845-2103? The numbers at the bottom of the screen. Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Let me know and drop it below as we go throughout the live in the chat. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing. Or you could do like Big Dog Willie and drop your 2 cents in the Cash App. Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He says Tank is ready for Jake Paul and Nair agrees. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 worth of cap. Two more dollars worth of cap from Big Dog Willie. He says Tank versus Jake Paul in November. Toya Tanker Maniacs. Shut. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, Jake Paul already came out and debunked this. And then y'all know what'd be crazy? So you telling me Jake Paul went from about to fight Canelo to about to fight Tank to fighting who he fighting Julio Chavez? Like, come on, y'all. Like, stop it. Stop it. So today I just wanted to give the opportunity to people who are of a different opinion. Again, anybody can call in, but it's the Friday call-in show. You feel me? So now y'all know on Fridays, we're doing a call-in. And today we talking about Tank don't want the rematch. Tank don't want the rematch. He's scared. He being forced. He can't beat him. So you telling me he essentially kind of seems like he might have forced the rematch. That he doing all that because he don't want it. Now he might not be ready. I could agree with that. He might not be ready for the rematch. I could agree with that. But I don't necessarily make that out to be, oh, he's not ready. Like it's not like that dire. Like maybe he just needs some extra time. I mean, if y'all saying if the fight was, if y'all think Lamar Roach just that much better than Tank and he beat him, why wouldn't he want to make sure he's ready? Doesn't that make sense to y'all? So, Big Dog Willie says Jake Paul did not debunk that. Stop the cap. Big Dog Willie, let's put a wager on it. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet, Big Dog Willie? But, I mean, I'm trying to talk about the rematch. Y'all keep talking about Jake Paul. So let me address this Jake Paul thing for a second, right? And let me preface this by saying, before we get to the Jake Paul thing, I want to talk about this. Did y'all see? We're gonna get back to the Jake Paul thing. I want to let some more people pull in here, and I want to get some people to call in about the first time. Ain't nobody even called in. Ain't had one take the tractor call in yet. Did y'all see Chris Eubank at that weigh-in? Let me see if I can pull it up. Now, I kind of have been following this fight. I wasn't really following that close. Like, I didn't understand why his dad was so mad, and I didn't understand why Conor Benn thought he had a shot at beating Chris Eubank. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't really pay that close attention. I seen Chris Eubank going off on Eddie Hearn. I don't understand why he's so mad at Eddie Hearn. Why he going off? He wouldn't let him talk in the press conference. He left off the stage. All kind of crazy stuff I kept seeing little clips of, right? But then I seen him at the weigh-in, and I seen the video on him Instagram of him trying to cut the weight, and I said, "Oh, think Chris Eubank about to get stopped." I wonder what the odds are, and that's crazy because they put a 10-pound rehydration clause on him. Brought him down from 168 to 160, right? And then put a 10-pound rehydration clause on him. Now, where is the outrage and the uproar about this ridiculous rehydration clause? Now, some of you are of the belief that, oh, well, he agreed to it. He agreed to it. Okay, cool. He agreed to it. I agree. I don't think he should have agreed to it. However, that doesn't change my opinion that this is some bullshit. And there's no outrage about this. Nobody saying nothing about the rehydration clause. Nobody saying that this is some bullshit on Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn's part. Nobody saying that. And they gonna tell you he agreed to it. But when it come to Tank Davis, it's a completely different story. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy. Does anybody have a link of somebody put a link in the chat of that Chris Eubank weigh-in? Shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk. What's going on? And so nobody have an issue with this bullshit. I mean, my bad. Nobody got an issue with this Eddie Hearn Conor Benn. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me. All right, y'all. We got a caller on the line. Go ahead. State your name
What's
and what
up,
you
2
calling
Cents?
about. What up, 2 Cents? We got Boxing Hacker on the. Hold on. I'm gonna do applause when you call in. We got Boxing
Yeah,
Hacker
please,
on the
please.
call. All right, Boxing Hacker.
Let-
What's your 2 cents? We're not back and forth. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Why does Tank not want the rematch? And why do you believe he's fighting Jake Paul?
So when it comes to I guess he doesn't want the rematch, but I'll say it's sort of a weird look that it seems like the date seems to be getting pushed back, even though there's no official date. But it seems like the longer it takes, like there's a lot of questions around, like, is it because he ain't training? Because remember the first fight, the date got pushed back, and Tank came out and said that, hey, like, he felt like he wasn't ready, he wasn't training right. And now we see him going to like different coaches and, different coaches. We don't see him with his Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny. So like it's gotta get worried to some people. Like, what's happening with this brother? You know, is he just not ready for the fight, or like is his head in the game, or what's really going on? Is this because of what happened the first time? You know, I don't think he's scared of Lamont Roach. I mean, they grew up together. They fought together multiple times. I feel like if you spar with somebody, you fight with somebody multiple times. Like, I feel like you can't be scared of them. You know. So, but I do think it will. I mean, for fight fans who are just following the storyline and stuff, it does bring a lot of question marks.
Okay.
You
What
still
else
there,
you
right?
got?
For the other question about Jake Paul, right?
Yes.
So
Why do
I
you
mean,
believe that fight would even happen?
so I don't even know what weight class they're gonna fight at, or what kind of rehydration clause Tank will put Jake Paul on. But what's weird about that is this, right? Is that a lot like some of the big names. Like I remember Tennessee Bradley, he came out and said that the Jake Paul fight was supposed to be next for Tank. Eddie Hearn just at the press conference for Chris Eubank came out and said that the Jake Paul fight was next for Tank, and that was based on like information he was gathering for people in the industry, I guess. So like when you hear these kind of names saying it, not just like content creators, like actual people inside, like really inside the boxing space, it does, you know, it does bring up the question like, is this really happening? Now, how's it going to happen? Are they just not going to fight at weight class? I don't know. Do I want to see this fight? Absolutely not. I don't want to see a fight whatsoever. But based on what people are saying, it looks like it might be possible. And even Jay Paul sort of alluded to it. I know you say he debunked it. I don't remember him debunking it, but I remember him saying that they were supposed to fight, but then he got a draw from Lamont Roach that sort of derailed things. So there's that.
Okay. Well, all right, Boxing Hacker. Thank you for calling in. Stay tuned.
All
I
right.
will drop in the links shortly.
All right, no problem.
All right. Shout out Boxing Hacker for calling in. Now, sound like he didn't have no real reason to believe why he was fighting Jake Paul because other people were saying it. Why are so many other people talking about? How do so many other people know that Jake Paul and Tank was finna fight next? They didn't know that before. They were like, how do they know that? Like, I don't understand. But so let's talk about that, right? People keep saying Tank gonna fight Jake Paul. Tank gonna fight Jake Paul. Now, I don't think Tank is gonna fight Jake Paul. To me, when I look at it logically, it just don't make sense for him to do that right now in the middle of his career. Now, I've heard people say it's an exhibition fight, and I've heard people say it's going to be a real sanction fight. So let's start with the real sanction fight. And this is my 2 cents. I'm just trying to apply some common sense and logic to this situation. So I'm just giving y'all my point of view. So they're 100 pounds apart. I don't even think I need to say nothing else about it being a sanction fight. That's it. They're 100 pounds apart. I don't need to go into what weight class they gonna fight at, what commission gonna sanction it. I don't even need to go into all of that. They're 100 pounds apart. Boom. I already killed that argument. It's an exhibition fight. They're 100 pounds apart. So how real, how competitive, how serious would the fight even be? Somebody told me today they think that Tank is the best at 135. But if he fights Jake Paul, he's no longer the best at 135. And so I said, what does him having an exhibition fight have to do with him being the best at 135? The only reason why let me preface this, right? Because people get upset with me like, you defending this, and like people always think you defending it. I'm not defending it. I don't want to see Tank fight Jake Paul. I keep saying that's a dumbass fight. I mean, if you doing it to get this big bag because Jake Paul got his fan base and you got your fan base and y'all coming together to do this little bullshit exhibition to rob the bank and get a bag, why y'all so mad? Why is he no longer the best fighter at 135 if he go fight a fake ass fight with Jake Paul to do whatever, get a bag. They're 100 pounds apart. Like that's all that need to be said. And so they tried to go back and forth with me about that, and I was like, that is just that thought process to me is just asinine. Like it doesn't make sense that you think so. If he don't fight Jake Paul, he's still the best 135 pounder. But if he fight Jake Paul, he's not the best 135 pounder. Okay. So then I had somebody else say, if Tank fight Jake Paul right now, that will ruin his career. It will ruin his career. So I'm saying if Tank, let's say Tank fight Jake Paul, right? Let's say, I'm not saying he fighting Jake Paul. I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I'm defending it. I'm just trying to figure out why everybody's so mad. He gonna fight a fake ass fight with Jake Paul because they 100 pounds apart, and it's obviously gonna be just for entertainment purposes. They probably gonna make a stupid bag. And then let's say he go fight Loma, and then let's say he go fight Shakur. But according to some people, he ruined his career once he fought Jake Paul. So it don't matter if he fight other people after his career is already ruined. Now I don't think he's gonna fight Jake Paul. Not right now, anyway. I don't think he's just gonna do that right now in the middle of his career. But I mean, it might be profitable to do it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't think he's gonna do that. But I'm just trying to understand it from some of y'all's logic. Now, for the people that think it's gonna be a sanctioned fight and a real fight, if that's what you think, then I could see why you upset. But for people that think it's gonna be an exhibition, I mean, I could see where you might be irritated, like why he would do some dumb shit like that. That is so dumb. Like, why would you fight Jake Paul right now? But it being ruining his career, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all call in and let me know. Or let me know and drop it below. 281-845-2103 is the number. So I don't know, but we gon' circle back to that because it's almost time for me to drop the link. Now, I've been going kind of back and forth, like if I want to bring this up all day, because I don't really talk about, personal things about boxers and stuff like that. I don't really get into that. But I have gotten to the point where I'm so fed up, and not really fed up. I'm just being expressive, right? Like this stuff don't get me emotional at all, right? But for the sake of just trying to illustrate my point, I was so fed up with every time people talk about Crawford, people like to bring up Spence and throw Spence in my face. And they like to talk about the car accident and how he a drunk and all this stuff, right? Always personal attacks. Personal attacks, not boxing. Not saying you think he a cheater because he worked with Victor Conti. No, not, common sense logic type shit. Personal attacks. So, and it's usually a Bud fan because a lot of them think that Terence Bud Crawford. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. What happened? Here we go. A lot of people think that Terence Bud Crawford walks on water. And so I decided, oh, hold on before we get into this. I forgot somebody sent me this. Hold on before we get into this, because I'm about to be petty, y'all. Excuse me. I'm about to be petty. Oh, this Matchroom Boxing, I ain't about to show their video. They be didn't flag my stuff. I can't show that video. Whoever sent me that, because then can somebody put a short like a short? I seen a short where let me see if I can find in my history, where he was weighing in and he looked terrible. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about that Chris Eubank stuff. So, and then Boxing Hacker called in. So all I want to really say is about the Chris Eubank stuff. Like some people believe, like, oh, he agreed to it. Da, da, da. That's cool. He agreed to it, but I still have my opinion about it. Conor Benn gets zero credit for me for beating Chris Eubank Jr. if he wins this fight. He gets zero credit. And now I understand, because I couldn't understand why Chris Eubank kept off on Eddie Hearn like that. Like, damn, he doing Eddie Hearn bad. Why is he talking to Eddie Hearn like that? Like, what did y'all know that scene in Boondocks where the rapper, he be like, what did he do to make them niggas that mad? Like, what did Eddie Hearn do to make Chris Eubanks that mad? Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it in my history. Like, I don't know how to find the shorts in my history. And it's giving me yesterday's shorts, but it's not giving me the shorts I watched today. But anyway, so I just want to say that, like, I'm not giving him no credit if he beats him. And I'm curious how other people feel about this fight. Ooh, Savage Bo say it's crazy that Jake Paul, a YouTuber, have more leverage than Shakur Stevenson. That's crazy. That's crazy work. But y'all put that link in the chat um if y'all find that weight class thing. So let me get back to this, right? Personal attacks. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the uh-oh. $5 in the super chat. Tank isn't the best 135 pounder until he beat the other champions. You can't be the beat without ever fighting a current champion. Shout out Boxing Hacker. Well, that was somebody's opinion, so that's what they told me. So a lot of y'all think that Bud Crawford walk on water, right? And y'all want to clown. Oh, Spencer drunk. He was a drunk. Car accident. He driving drunk. Blah, blah, blah. Every time. Like, it's like every single time. Here y'all come with the personal attacks. Like, why we can't keep it boxing? Don't nobody make personal attacks on Terence Crawford. It's kept boxing. But today, I'm about to be, I don't even want to say petty. I'm about to make a point. Because I told y'all before, just because you don't smoke and you don't drink does not mean you a good person. I don't understand why y'all think because a person don't smoke and drink that makes you a good person. So everybody was all in the uproar about Bud and Tank going back and forth, and Tank calling his girl fat, and you disrespected his girl. He disrespected his girl. He called her fat, blah, blah, right? Which is two grown men. Okay, he insulted your wife. Okay, say what you gotta say, do what you gotta do. But in that instance, I told y'all, Terence Crawford got 8 kids with that girl, and they not married. He don't respect his own gal. I told y'all that. I said that to y'all. I put one in the chat if y'all remember me saying that. So I see a clip from the Shannon Sharp interview, because I haven't watched it yet, of Bud Crawford saying he just had a baby outside of his relationship recently. Like, his last child is outside of his relationship. And I'm just saying this to be like, this nigga is a regular nigga just like everybody else. Y'all kept trying to act like he got one up on everybody because he don't smoke and he don't drink. Do you know how many boxers smoke and drink? Canelo got a whole liquor company. Nobody say nothing about that. But Spence, oh, he a drug. You know how many boxers drink? To not smoke or drink is a rarity. It's not like Spence was drinking and then everybody else just doing what they supposed to do and he doing some shit that's not the norm. I'm not defending it or anything like that. He definitely shouldn't have been drinking. He himself came out and said he shouldn't have been living like that. But I'm just saying, y'all wanted to place somebody on such a high morale ladder, somebody that's willing to associate their brand with a known cheater. I want to put him on this high morale ladder like he's so perfect. He don't smoke, he don't drink. He a family man. He a family man. Take care of his family. Now, I'm not saying he don't take care of his family. I'm not saying he don't take care of his family. I'm sure he do take care of his family. But you ain't no family man. You damn near 40 years old and you having babies outside your relationship when you got like 30 kids. And this is what really pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Maybe because I'm a woman and this lady got 8 kids by you. So Shannon Sharp asked him, so you know how you tell her, and listen, this ain't a rumor. Bud said this in the interview. He said it publicly in an interview, so I'm talking about it, right? He said it publicly, so hey, it's up for discussion. He don't smoke, he don't drink. He don't smoke, he don't drink. He a family man. Early drunk. He stay in the gym. He stay in the gym. He wasn't in the gym when he was out making that baby on his gal. He wasn't in the gym then. So Shannon Sharp asked him, if anybody can find the clip, drop it in the chat. I'll play it. Just the clip, not the whole thing. So how does that conversation go with your girl? You know what I'm saying? You got somebody else pregnant. Do y'all know what Bud said? And I know I got a chat full of men, so I don't even know if this really finna be understood like that, but Bud folded his arms, shrugged his shoulders, and said, nigga having a baby. What? And what? And so then Shannon Sharp was like, kind of like, what else you say? And nigga shrugged his shoulders again and said, hey, shit happened. He don't he don't care at all. He don't care. Listen, he don't care at all that he had that baby on that girl. And it is what it is. Like, I don't know, maybe they live like that. Maybe that's what they do because he got a lot of money. And apparently, if you got a lot of money, you can't be tied down to one woman for whatever reason. Niggas believe that people with money just sleep with a bunch of different women. That's what people believe. All niggas with money sleep with a bunch of different women. Cool. Maybe they do that. I don't know. But even if that's y'all arrangement, like, don't embarrass me on TV talking about a nigga having a baby. Like, you know, just have a little bit more decency. You shouldn't even brought it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have just kept that private, in my opinion. But I only brought that up to just make a point. Every time a Bud fan hit me with personal attacks about Earl Spence because he don't smoke, he don't drink, he a family man, he stay in the gym. As if that says something, like as if that matters, that says anything about your character or the type of person that you are. So it is what it is. I just want to drop my 2 cents about that situation. Stop talking to me about Earl Spence drinking. Stop talking to me. It has nothing to do with whatever conversation we be having. Y'all jump straight to the personal attack. Stop it. Terence Crawford don't got nothing up on nobody. He just a regular nigga, just like all the other regular niggas in boxing. On top of you almost 40 years old, bro. You almost 40 years old. So you got that Spence bag and had to switch your hose up, huh? Yeah, you got that Spence bag. You was out there. You wouldn't know when he's in the gym. You don't smoke, you don't drink. It's crazy, bro. Dang, Cash, why you do acting like that? Damn, Cash, that was cold. So it's been about 45 minutes. I'm about to drop the link. I got one call tonight, but moving forward, Friday nights will be the call-in show. You'll be able to call in and drop your 2 cents about whatever it is. We could debate if you want. You could just let everybody know what it is that's on your mind. We could do whatever. It's up to y'all. Y'all let me know. I built this platform for us, not for me. So all the Bud Buddies, I got the Bud Buddy signal up. I'm sure they didn't pull it in here. Make sure y'all punch the like button. Make sure y'all punch the like button. I want to bring all you Bud Buddies to reality. He's not perfect. It's because you don't smoke, you don't drink, you stay in the gym. Doesn't mean you got great character. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. All right, here we go. There go the link in the chat. Let me pull this up real quick. That's what I was doing. I was about to do this real quick. Debunk some madness. What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. Link is in the chat. I'm gonna go through some of y'all comments in a second. Let me just do this real quick. So I really just feel like I don't even know if I really want to watch this kind of being fight. Man, Chris Eubank look horrible. Why did he do that to himself? Like he should not have took that fight. He looks terrible. And he only can rehydrate 10 pounds. That's gonna be tough. So Boxing Hacker, can you see that? Jake Paul tweet 8:16 a.m. today. The only fight I have lined up is Chavez Jr. on June 28th on the Zone. I keep hearing all these boxing talking heads saying if Julio takes it serious, he wins. Well, he's been training since December when we first approached him. So y'all need to shut the hell up when I dispose of him. So, Jake, you approached him in December? So you've been knowing you was gonna fight him. And this y'all do what y'all want with that information. Y'all do what y'all want with that information. He said he not fighting him. He said he talked to him in December. He been training. So what are we talking about? Can we stop talking about a freaking Jake Paul tank fight, please? But y'all can keep talking about it. I understand it get the views up, whatever. Rich on the panel.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
We definitely gonna do what we want with that information. Jake Paul a liar. Y'all said it best, so we don't know if he telling the truth.
Now he rich.
I mean,
Oh my God.
we gonna
Nah,
see
hell
see
no, Rich. You
see see
cannot get
see this
away with that.
see this is the thing. We gonna go by y'all words. Y'all can't pick and choose what y'all want to believe. Eddie Hearn would say something about Shakur don't want to fight Tank tomorrow. Y'all gonna run with it and say it's true. And then if he say he working with Shakur, y'all gonna say it's false. So y'all gotta pick and decide what y'all want to believe. Y'all can't be, believing this and not believing that. Y'all can't do that, man.
So
That's not real.
let me ask
That's
you,
not real at all.
let me ask you this, Rich, right? Right?
Yeah.
Jake Paul said he was fighting Tank. And now, in this tweet, he says he talked to Chavez Jr. in December and he's been training since then, right? So I get what you're saying. I hear you. But this is my thought process. I'm not saying I 100% believe him, but this is what I'm saying. I definitely already don't think the fight is happening, which I already told y'all why. And that he was just bullshit in the beginning with because he had a fight coming up and he just wanted to draw attention to himself so he could announce this fight. Because he's clearly telling you he's been knowing since December he was going to fight him. So that means he was bullshitting with the Canelo stuff and he was BSing with the Tank stuff. How you telling me Jake Paul went from about to fight Canelo, about to fight Tank to fighting Julio Chavez Jr.? Come on, bro. It
I
just don't
mean,
make
I mean,
sense.
I'm
You get what I'm saying? I'm
what
not asking you to agree with me. I'm just asking you, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you, but what I'm saying is this: I believe him. I believe that he probably was talking to all of them. Probably, I believe it. I'm saying y'all got to pick because one minute y'all would say he's lying about something, then y'all would say he's telling the truth. So
He's
that's
doing
all I'm
both.
saying. We don't. I mean, according to y'all, he lying about everything.
He lied about it to promote this fight. Shout
But
out
now,
Coach Eddie on the panel.
and I got something else I want to say. Um, you was talking about Tank earlier, Tank and Lamont Roach, right? And
Right.
I hear you keep bringing up Lamont Roach. Who said Lamont Roach this or who said Tank this? I know you trying to like bring up both of them or whatever. But if that fight don't happen, which I hope it happen, I know it's gonna happen soon. But if that fight don't happen, it's all on Tank.
How do
Lamont
you
Roach ain't
know
got
that?
wait, hold on. Lamont Roach ain't got shit to do with that. Lamont Roach already said what he did. He said he signed the papers and sent it back to Tank. Now it's up to Tank to tanking his team to decide when the fight gonna be, when this and third. He said they already did their part on their behalf. It's all up on Tank, man. Y'all can't keep being favoritism to Tank when he do something wrong. So if that fight don't happen, it's all
What
on Tank, man.
favoritism?
It's all on Tank, man.
It'll be all on tape. Okay, he didn't rematch him. Okay. There's plenty of
But
fights that happen that
uh,
people don't rematch. Like why? That's what
oh
I'm saying. Like this stuff happens in boxing, and people act like, "Oh, it's Tank always going this stuff." Like what? People
yeah,
don't rematch people you want to rematch all the time.
yeah, it's pretty.
And
Yeah,
why,
it's,
when he asks for it, a immediate rematch, go through negotiations, trying to pick a date, if it's something he don't want? Can you explain that?
I mean, I never said he don't win. I'm just saying if it don't fall through, it's because of Tank. Tank already said on his little tweet, what he say? He said in May or June, he said since you talking so much, we're gonna fight around what he say? You don't remember that?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead. What you
So you,
saying?
you don't remember when he said since you talking so much, we're gonna fight in May or some shit like that, June? And the nigga said,
I
man,
mean,
I already did my part on my bad.
yeah, but
So
but
you don't remember
okay.
that? Wait, you don't
Yeah,
remember
I
that?
remember that.
So we
I remember
as
that.
men we hold other men to their words. You know what I'm saying? So that's why as men that's
Well,
what we do.
they haven't signed anything yet because they don't even have
Lamont Roach
everything
and his father
finalized.
said they already signed. They sent the stuff. Now they up to tank
How
it.
could they
Now
sign anything when there's no date or nothing yet? Like y'all,
they
see, that's what I'm
said they said
saying.
they
They
said they
can't
said they
sign
already
nothing. There's
they
nothing to
already
sign yet.
they said they already signed for the rematch. They said now it's up to Tank and his team because they the A side, so they get to pick when the date's going to be. That's why they can't call out the fight when it's going to be. They said they already did they signing part. They
Okay,
just
well,
waiting for
we'll
him to
see.
call They just waiting for him to call the fight, waiting for them to sign back, and they can see shit.
And that's what
That's
I'm
all.
saying. Why do you think? This be my question. Like, why are y'all like, if it don't happen, if it ain't, when they're looking for dates to make the fight? Like, that's what I don't understand. Why y'all be
I
saying
never.
that?
So they might have already had the date though. There's no proof. Like we learn about the date based on their promotions, but they probably plan out things before that time.
No, I
You know,
never said they not gonna have a date. I hope they fight, and I hope they have a date. What I'm saying is, if the Tank fight don't happen this year, or if it don't happen at all, it's cause of Tank. We not gonna try to
Okay.
keep always placing blame on somebody else when this guy says shit out of his mouth and do stuff, his actions, and we blame it on somebody else.
Rich,
It's
did you
his
have that
fault.
same? Did you have that same energy when Shakur said that he wanted to fight? He wanted to rematch Edwin.
When he didn't fight him, I
What?
ain't had that same energy because he beat him.
Did he say he
This a
wanted to
draw fight.
rematch him? Did he? Did he? Or did he not say he wanted to rematch
He
him?
said he'll fight him again, but he
No,
already won.
no. Did he or did he not say he wanted to rematch him?
Did he or
Who
did he
gives
not
a
say he
shit?
won? He won.
He's a
was
loser.
yeah, he was
Who
clearly.
cares?
It
Hold
doesn't
on.
really
What
matter.
the what,
Hold
He
it's
on.
up
was
to
very
him to give it
clearly.
to him.
Who? Oh, hold on. Who
He
said?
won.
Hold on. Who says who gives a shit? Who said
Hold
that?
on, y'all. Hold on,
I
y'all.
said,
Hold on,
who
y'all.
gives a shit?
Hold on, y'all. Let me do my proper introductions and let everybody get a 2 cent. Shout out to Paid in Full on the panel. Shout out to Mr. Shelton on the panel. We're gonna have some panel etiquette. We're gonna talk one at a time. If not, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Now,
Let me
Rich, you
say something.
finish? Go ahead, Rich. Finish up, and then
De
I'm gonna
La
go to
Santos,
Coach
first of all,
Hey,
Eddie.
Mr. Shelton, let other people talk, bro. You don't gotta interfere, bro. You can let me and him get done, get our shit off, and then you can get in, bro.
who you
Go
talking
ahead,
to?
Rich.
I'm
He
talking to
talking to
Mr.
Mr. Shelton.
Shelton. Whoever the fuck
Oh
Go
he
yeah,
is.
ahead,
I was
Rich.
about to say, I was about to say, you just holler at me. That's
No,
all.
no, that's what I'm saying. Let me and you talk. We grown ass men. We don't need no background dancers.
Nah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
what I'm saying is De La Santos, he went through all that other stuff, the blood clot, whatever he went through, and all that shit. But Shakur did say he was gonna fight him again, but Shakur won, and people wasn't really pressing the rematch like the fans, the
Yes, they
people,
were.
like the fans wasn't really pressing the rematch.
But see,
They
this the
were.
thing, bro.
Come
See,
on,
that's why.
y'all know
See,
that,
see,
man.
you can't say. But this my thing, bro. You can't say we gotta pick and choose. But then when the same shit is on you, you don't get that same energy though, bro. Because a lot of people said that they wanted to see that nigga fight him again since he was quote unquote so hurt. And then he started making excuses.
You went
Yeah,
out. You went out.
I don't know. You get me?
Let me get the super chat. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $5 worth of cap in the super chat. He says, I heard the Tank versus Paul fight is a tag team match. Tank and Chavez Jr. versus Paul and Hargreaves. A cage match on top of the Empire State Building. Oh, Turkey must be throwing that fight. Shout out Big Dog Willie.
Oh man. Nah, but I just think that Lamar, I mean
Land your
Tank.
plane, Rich. I gotta pass the
I
mic.
just think that Tank and Lamar Roach is a whole different story, a whole different thing, and everything is
Of
just
course
way
it is.
different. He definitely got to fight him, which I know he gonna fight him. But if he don't fight him, that's his fault. Same way Shakur ain't fight De La Santos, that was Shakur's fault. But we not gonna sit there and like turn it around on the next guy. I would never turn around De La Santos and be like, that's the reason why Shakur ain't
But
fight him on
who's
the
doing
rematch
that?
or try to say something like that. I'm just saying, let's not play that game. Cause I hear
Okay.
when you was saying it earlier, you kept saying, whoever said Lamont Roach, for you every time you say something about Tank, you would say something about Lamont Roach. Nah, Lamont Roach already got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's up to Tank now. That's all I'm
But
Coach
saying.
right,
Eddie, what's the 2 cents? What you got for the show? Coach Eddie, you there?
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, at the end of the day, I was listening to you, you love open the monologue a little bit. I kind of caught the tail end on it. You talking about Errol Spence, drinking and fighters living clean lives and all this stuff. A lot of our favorite fighters, they all drank. They messed with the booger sugar. They had multiple women. That just came with the lifestyle. Once get that money, you get the belt. Everywhere you go, somebody want to buy the champion a drink. Somebody want to get party with the champ. The women come flocking. So that's a temptation that all these fighters have to deal with, and that's not just fighters. Any athlete, once you hit a certain certain status or a certain profile, you got bread. You got fame, you got notoriety. So now you got a whole bunch of new friends. You got no women trying to be around. You got everybody want to hang on. You got an entourage now. All of a sudden, you start switching up. You start hanging with rappers like Adrian Bronner, Zab, Judah, and you start falling off. And that's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happened in boxing. For Lamont Roach, Lamont Roach he's in the driver's seat because he really doesn't need Tank. He can parlay this. Cause in my opinion, most people thought he won. I thought he beat Tank handily myself, and most people kind of think he won anyway. And I really think the outcome will probably be the same when they rematch. So, goddamn, Lamont can fight whoever he want to fight. If Tank come back with some sorry offer, you know what I'm saying, then he just decline the offer and just go somewhere else. To me, the ball's in his court. So I would just sit back and make sure that I did get a great offer from Tank. Pay me what I weigh, you know what I'm saying, and take it from there. But I'm gonna land my plane right there.
All right, let me get the super chat. And if that's the case, Lamont Roach, go fight somebody else then. It ain't gonna be no Tank bag. I can guarantee you that. I don't know why people keep trying to act like Tank not these fighters' biggest payday, but they all saying his name. They all keep asking about him. They all keep talking about it's weird to me. Shout out Jab Queen Boxing with the $2 in the super chat. She says, "Told you this was Big Dog Willie wet dream." Shout out Jab Queen Boxing. Hayden Ford, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Hayden Ford, you there? Hold on, y'all. I got one more super chat. I see I missed. Shout out to No More Sleepwalking with the $2 in the super chat. He says, SMH, they keep running with bull. Shout out No More Sleepwalking. Let me see. Let me make sure I got all the super chats. Gotta keep up. Let me see. I read that one. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He says Paul versus Tank is a money grab. It is an exhibition. Shout out Big Dog Willie. That's what I'm saying. Why everybody so mad about a money grab? I don't understand. Like I really don't understand it.
Nobody not mad. I was about to say 2 cents.
Hold on. Let me pass it.
Oh my man.
It's on you paid in full. If you there. If not, we're gonna go to Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, what's your 2 cents?
It's on me, 2 cents. What about me?
No, Boxing Hacker, you already called in. Let me let Mr. Shelton go.
What? What?
Oh man, is your thumbnail correct? 2 cents.
What, Tank don't want the rematch?
Yeah, no, your thumbnail correct.
No,
he just putting that out there, huh? Well, the thing is, if the shit don't happen though, but if the shit don't happen, it's because of Tank. Because Tank's the A side, correct?
I mean, I think that's crazy that y'all be saying that as if Tank controls people.
Well, every report we've had since that fight says that Lamont Roach and his father have been consistent saying they've already signed for the rematch. 3, 4, 5 different people have said the same damn thing. So if they've already signed their portion, who else is it on?
So if they've already signed their portion and they're trying to find a venue and get a date, why are we even having this conversation?
So I think because
I don't know. We got fights. Hold on, Hacker. We got fights tomorrow that we should be talking about. That fight's not even happening yet.
Well, what fights you want to talk about from tomorrow? Because that Eubank Conor Benn fight is some bullshit.
Man,
what else? That fight's bullshit.
And let me say this. Where's the outrage for this rehydration clause that Conor Benn got Chris Eubank under? And I'm not a fan of neither one of them. But I call bullshit when I see bullshit. And I hear you now, Mr. Shelton. Well, he agreed to it. You absolutely right. But I still feel
that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, that wasn't what you was gonna say?
That's not what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is, if I was Chris Eubank, I'll blow that motherfucker. I already missed weight by 0.2, so they're gonna charge me $500,000 anyway. I'll blow that rehydration, come in 175.
Man, I hope he do.
He might miss the whole bag though. It's the whole bag might go after that.
Man, I hope he do it.
No, the $500,000. He got to pay $500,000 if he missed weight. It doesn't say a specific amount of weight. He already missed the weight, so you already got to pay $500,000.
So
Okay.
if he come in over the rehydration clause, he gotta pay more, or it's already paid because you missed the weight.
No. They could either take the fight or cancel the fight. That's it. Take the fight or cancel it. That's it.
It depends on how much weight he missed. Where he's at right now, he's gonna get charged per
Well,
weight.
he's not
So
gonna come in at 190.
yeah, because
I mean, you take the fight, he don't. Yeah.
My bad, Mr. Shelton. You had noise in the background. I was trying to let Boxing Hacker talk.
No, you
But
got
yeah,
he gonna probably come in 175, 180. They take the fight or they don't.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna take it. Boxing Hacker, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, so just going back to that whole Terence Crawford, Earl Spence thing. So there's one difference, right? When they talk about Earl Spence's drinking
Why
stuff,
you bring that up, man?
they thought it affected his boxing, you know? So, like, regardless of who Bud's sleeping with or whatever, like, he's known to be a gym rat, you know? And it shows in his boxing skill. Like, he's consistently getting better, you know? Where it looked like EJ, on the opposite side, he had a car accident. There was this talk of him and Yellow BZ getting, like, you know, having issues with other people. There's been a whole bunch of, like, talk that seemed to, like, from the outside perspective, it seemed like he was distracted with a lot of things, you know. And so, and he even mentioned like he wasn't focused himself, you know. So that's why people
Let me respond to you, Boxing Hacker, real quick. Let me clear it up, right?
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. You're right. The drinking affected, but
yeah.
this is what I'm saying, because you're not really a Bud buddy like that. The Bud buddies swore Terence Crawford walked on water and he never does anything wrong, which made him have this great moral high ground and is one up on everybody. And so that's why I'm bringing it up, because there's constant personal attacks about the drinking. Like, Earl Spence is not the only boxer that drinks. Number one, Canelo owns a whole liquor company. Nobody ever talk about that. And I just wanted to bring up a point that just because you stay in the gym and you don't smoke and you don't drink, you're not perfect. He's just a regular nigga, just like the other boxers. That's my whole point in bringing it up.
I mean, the brother got shot in the head, you know.
Hey, hold on, Hacker, before you, because you might have pushed this conversation too long.
I just started.
Hold on, let him finish, Rich. Hold on, Rich, let him finish. Go ahead, Boxing Hacker.
Y'all talk.
Yeah. So like, that's where I am with it. Like at the end of the day, like when you look at Bud and EJ, it just looks like I'm an EJ fan, you know, but like it does look like he was more distractible with his vices than Bud was. You know, even like you look at Floyd. Floyd
We
had
don't
like
know that. If Bud Vices is cheating on his gal, we don't know.
yeah, but I
We
mean
know
he's
now
in
because we
the
got an
gym.
outside
He's
baby.
smashing somebody, right? He can smash his girl. He can be smashing somebody else's girl, but he's still in the gym. You know,
He
EJ
wasn't in
drinking.
the
It
gym
looks
when he
like
was
it
making
looks
that
like
baby.
And then when did this come about? Somebody say Bud's cheating?
When he said it on the Shannon
Right.
Sharp
Club
interview,
Shay.
Mr. Shelton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me say something real quick.
So
Wait, what did he say? Hold on,
one
Hacker.
second.
What did he say? What did he say on the
Hold
interview?
on, guys.
Rich, Mr.
Hacker,
Shelton,
hold on
Rich.
for a second.
Let
Hold on
It's
for a
my go,
second.
guys.
Hold
It's
on,
my
Rich.
go.
Hold on, Mr.
What
Shelton. Hold
did
on,
he
Hacker.
say?
Land your plane. I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Shelton. Land your plane, Boxing Hacker.
Okay, so when
And
it
if,
comes to
if anybody can find that link with Bud, that clip, I'm gonna try to look it up on X. But if anybody can find it and put it in the chat, put the clip in the chat, let me know. Go ahead, Boxing Hacker.
yeah, so just to touch bases on the whole Jake Paul thing, right? I'm sort of with Rich on it. At the end of the day, like people choose to believe Jake Paul when he said what he said about choosing Chavez Jr. in December, but then Jake Paul was also the one who said that him and Tank were planning the fight. So if we're gonna choose to believe on one side, and then why are we choosing to believe on the other side? You know,
But
like we're
Boxing Hacker,
choosing to believe one thing over the other.
hold
You know?
on. Okay, let me respond to that real quick and then land your plane. I'm gonna let you land your plane.
Okay.
Why can't it be? I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but why couldn't he be talking about Canelo and Tank to promote this bullshit ass fight he got coming up? You think he went from the 2 top premier boxers in boxing about to fight them to fighting Chavez Jr.? Like, it's marketing, bro. Like, I don't understand why y'all can't see that. So it is what it is. You could choose to not believe him and still think he's fighting Tank, or I mean, I don't know why y'all want to believe that so bad. Like, that's my thing. Like, why can't it just be like, oh, okay, he ain't fighting, that shit dumb. But y'all like want to believe deep down in y'all soul that he's going to fight Jake Paul. Like, I don't get it. And even if he does fight Jake Paul, it's a fake ass exhibition fight. What is the uproar about?
Well,
All right, can I say something real
first
quick?
off, that's a terrible.
Hold on. Let me go to Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, what you
Wait.
got?
What?
I just wanted to know where did all this Bud cheating, fucking other bitches, and all this other shit came from. Where'd that come from? I ain't heard it.
He did an interview with Shannon Sharp, and
Uh-huh.
he revealed that he just recently had a child outside of his relationship.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but can I
Oh
say something
wow.
real quick on
Okay,
that?
well, Bud, I guess Bud is human.
Yeah.
I guess he's human.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Rich.
What?
A lot of stuff with that Earl Spence shit, man. A lot of Bud fans was saying that too. But at the same time, Earl Spence fans, that was y'all excuse when he got his ass whooped by Bud. That he drinking all that stuff. That was a lot of y'all excuses too, right?
Bro, it's not an excuse,
Well,
bro. I
no,
mean, no,
I'm asking that question though. That was a lot of y'all excuses, right? Earl
I
Spence
never
fans
said nothing
excuses
about.
for
I
when he
never
got his
said nothing
ass
about
whooped.
him. I never said nothing about.
Errol Spence was not even a favorite in that fight. Most people thought Terence Crawford was going to win anyway.
I'm just saying, Earl Spence
Terence
fans.
Crawford was a slight favorite. He
Earl
wasn't like
Spence
a
fans'
favorite.
excuses was that he was gonna lose. He drank. He got in a car accident and all that shit. After he lost, they said that, right?
They said, yeah, they said that the
Yeah,
So
wear and
so it
tear
was
on everything he
so
went
so it
because
wasn't
what that's
so it
not an
wasn't on.
excuse, Rich. That's what happened. That's what it was.
So
What
it
I
but
don't
the
was
only
understand.
problem we have with it,
so
the only problem we have with it is this: nobody said that before the fight.
Yeah,
Nobody,
agreed.
but this
After the
because
fight,
we don't.
oh,
No,
blah blah
a
blah blah.
lot of
But
people
before the
did
fight,
say that. A lot of people
Nobody
he
said
gonna
that.
run
said
over
can I
Bud.
can I
Hold on,
He
hold
too
on.
big for
I
Bud.
mean I was talking, man. But like I said though, man, people said that before the fight, but that was all fans. Same way all fans were saying that shit about like Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? That was all fans. It wasn't just Terence Crawford fans saying that. That's all I'm trying to say.
saying what.
That he was drinking, that car accidents and all that stuff. That wasn't because what you saying is that what happened to all the Bud fans because they was all talking about Earl Spence. All
No,
fans, all
that's
box.
not what I'm
All,
saying.
you
Let me
did
clear
say
up
that.
what I'm saying to you, Rich. Let me clear what I'm saying to you, Rich. I'm saying that every time I'm talking about right now, if I go into a chat today and we talking about Bud Crawford and they see me in the chat, they're going to start attacking me about how Spencer drunk and he drink and this and that, like every time, as if Terence Crawford is perfect and he does no wrong. Terence don't drink, Terence don't smoke. He a family man. He be in the gym. He love his family. He blah blah blah. This
I
is
mean,
not
he's procreating. That's it. That's amazing. I don't know what's wrong with that.
okay, Rich. Okay,
I
Rich.
don't know what's I don't know
Okay,
what's
Rich.
wrong. I don't know what's
That was
wrong with it.
diabolical.
Like for real.
Okay, Rich.
I don't know
That
where
guy
he
said
getting
Okay,
at. He's
procreating.
so let
procreating.
his gal go have. So his gal should be able to go have a baby on him. She procreating.
They probably got an open relationship. You
They
never
might,
They
know.
yeah.
probably do, but they should have kept that shit
They,
private.
they probably got an open
Ain't nothing wrong
relationship.
with
Because
that.
he didn't say that. He didn't say they got an open relationship. When Shannon Sharp asked him,
Yeah,
how does that conversation go? He said, nigga having a baby.
man.
That's how he
Listen.
told the woman of his 8 kids that he's having a baby
Hey,
on her.
2 cents. I wrote on the KQKC network on his thing, right? If you look at that interview, that whole interview, man, it's way more stuff than the stuff the negative stuff, man. It's like the positive outweigh the negative. I don't know why we bringing up the negative on that.
I just told you why I brought it up.
That interview was amazing, man.
I don't,
That
Rich,
interview
I
was
just
I,
told
amazing.
you why I
I
brought
agree
it
with
up.
him.
I just told you why I brought it up.
That interview was amazing. I'm just saying though, that interview was amazing. It's way more positive. Other stuff that he talked about boxing, got deep into boxing and all types of stuff to be.
You should make a video and talk about it then, because I'm
He
not
also
talking
talked
about
about
that
how
right now.
black people always bring each other down.
And he
Like
sounded like a dummy.
he
Nah,
said,
but
he had a point.
I said,
He had a real point.
he had a good point.
He had a good
Actually,
point. Yeah.
Because
He
people got
brought himself
criticism.
down.
No,
He should have kept that
this is
business to himself if he didn't want nobody talking about
thank
it.
you,
He
Mr.
should have kept that
Shelton.
shit
Thank
to
you, Mr.
himself.
Shelton.
See?
Thank you, Mr. Shelton. He talked
Especially
about it
when
in
he
another
cry.
interview. And this is the thing. This is the thing that I don't like, right? People get criticisms and critiques, or people think you're gonna lose a fight, and all of a sudden there's people tearing you down. Nobody's tearing you down, bro. They think another fighter person is better than you. It's boxing.
but
That's
he
not tearing you down. I
but in
don't
that
understand it.
but in that same sentence, he wasn't only just talking about that. He was also talking about if you see how Devin Haney got knocked out, whatever, by Ryan Garcia, all that shit happened. He got knocked down a couple times. After the fight, people instead of encouraging Devin Haney, they went on him. They don't do that to
Yeah,
people like Ryan. Wait, hold on, let me talk. They don't do that to people like Oscar De La Hoya when he lost. Ryan Garcia, Canelo. His fans, the Mexicans, they uplift him. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was mainly talking about when he was saying shit like that. If Shakur get knocked out by Williams Cepeda, every black channel would talk about this shit for 2 years straight, a year straight. He would never let go. If he fights somebody else and win, only thing you gonna continue talking about is that Williams Cepeda thing. When Ryan Garcia
Listen,
went to the next fight, you're not gonna hear people
hold on,
talk, his fans talk about the Tank shit no more. You're not gonna
Rich.
hear, you know what
It
I'm saying?
is what it is.
So when do you
It is
So
what
think
that's
it
what
that
he
is.
shit
based,
started,
And
Rich?
so let me
huh?
ask you a question, Rich. Let me ask you a question, Rich. Tell
Yeah.
me what black YouTube channels you ever seen Terrence go on and do an interview.
It's not about that. I'm not
Oh
talking about
no,
that.
no, it's about uplifting black people.
What you mean? He been on Najee before. He been on Najee. He been on Sean Porter. Sean
Uh,
Porter show. Come
the
on.
smaller YouTubers, not the ones paying him to be there.
I don't think Najee paying him to be
Yes,
there.
he is. Yes, he is.
But what?
He
But what?
definitely pays
Was
some
he on
shit.
Blue Blood? I thought he was on Blue Blood as well, wasn't he?
Nah.
Terrence,
But what?
nope.
But what I'm.
So let me
But
ask you a question, Rich. When did all this shit start? Where the black fighters, the black fans start turning on the black fighters when they lose? When did it start?
I never said they turn on them. I'm saying that they go on and talk about it and talk about how it started.
Yeah.
It started not too long ago, but
Because it's content, it's clicks and views.
That's
It
yeah.
what
But
puts
I'm
what?
money in their
saying.
pocket. What are you
Okay,
talking
What
about?
do
okay,
y'all be
okay.
crying about, bro? What
We
do
not
y'all
we
be
not just
crying about? I don't
we not
understand it.
talking about we
Y'all
not talking
sit up
about just
here
YouTubers,
talking
man.
about a tank fight that ain't y'all sitting up here criticizing the down talking tank, and I'm just making a point, criticizing down talking tank about something he possibly was finna do that could possibly be happening. Like, what are we talking about? All that crying about supporting a black fighter and all of that and
But
this and that and nobody support you.
wait,
Everybody don't have to kiss your ass, bro.
But that's criticizing boxing, right?
Can I say something real quick?
Some
That's
people
not
say
down
like
talking. That's
Devin
not
should
down
die,
talking.
you know?
I don't know about y'all, but that's not down talking to somebody if they say, oh, Tank was about to fight Jake Paul next and make 50, $60 million. That's not down talking to someone. I'm talking about
Preaching.
if I'm talking about the same way Canelo lost against who they got that Bevo whatever, same way he lost against him. You see how he could bounce back and still fight other fighters without people criticizing him for losing against him. If Terence
Why do you
Crawford would
think
have lost
nobody
against
criticized him?
if Terence Crawford would have lost against Madrimov, it would have been over. Y'all would and he would have moved on and fought somebody else. Everybody, black people mainly, would have been talking bad about him. They would dim whatever that word is, his whole career. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he was basically saying. We
But
don't
that's
uplift
not
our fighters
that.
after they lose or none of that. So we don't do that.
Oh,
We don't.
okay.
I'm saying
Well, so what's
I don't do it.
hold
You
on,
don't.
Rich? You gotta let
I
other
done heard
people
you
talk.
say something about Devin Haney and all that stuff after he lost to a nigga that was on steroids.
What
I
did you
don't
hear
give a
me say?
fuck.
What did you hear me
I
say?
don't
What did
care.
you hear me say, Rich? What did you hear me
You
say, Rich?
you I think it was the other day you was just saying some stuff about he got knocked down. It don't even matter. He still got knocked down and he still got knocked out. You can't change the fact. We
You
shouldn't even be
can't,
giving
Rich.
we shouldn't
That's
even
the
giving
truth,
nobody that
Rich.
light. We shouldn't even give nobody
Rich.
that light after
Hold
the
on,
nigga
Rich.
was on
Let me talk.
steroids beating up
Let
on the
me
nigga.
talk, Rich. Rich, let me talk because you being emotional, bro. If what I'm saying is the nigga got knocked down, whether he was on steroids or not. That's the truth. That's called the truth. Is it not true that he got knocked down?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
But make sure,
But when you say he lost,
but make sure when we say that shit, we say, oh yeah, he got knocked down by a person who was on steroids. Make sure we say
Nigga,
that too.
I
When
said
every
it
time
don't
we say
matter. No,
Devin
hold
got
on, Rich.
Devin
No,
got
because
knocked
you're
down.
not gonna tell me what to say. You're not gonna tell me what to say. I said it don't matter if it was steroids or not. He got knocked down, and that's the truth. It don't matter if it was steroids or not. The nigga got knocked down.
but it does matter
By a
though.
guy on steroids.
It does matter to Cent.
Oh my god.
It always matters. What do you mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't
By a guy
matter?
that'll
on
be like
steroids.
saying if you get somebody hit you with a loaded glove or no glove at all, it didn't matter. It does
Well,
matter.
Eddie,
If the
Nah,
gloves
it
are
does.
no,
loaded, it
time out.
matters.
What I'm
Does
saying, no,
it
no, no,
does
time out,
matter.
time out.
It does matter, but
Rich, I'm not gonna keep telling you. Listen, this is my show, bro. Listen, what I'm saying is, Devin got knocked down and he took that damage, whether he was on steroids or not. That's my point. I don't know what y'all missing. Whether it was a loaded glove or not, Coach Eddie, did he not get knocked down?
But you saying it didn't matter? It doesn't matter though.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
saying
it
it doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter
doesn't
because
mean
That's not the
listen,
context. That's not the context in which you're speaking of.
She's saying that the damage is done, is what she's saying.
Nah,
No
she's
matter
I'm
saying
what.
that.
saying that
I understand her
I'm saying that
100%.
he experienced the damage. I'm saying that okay, he was on steroids, but y'all keep saying he was on that he was on steroids as if the fact that he was on steroids take away the damage that he suffered, and it doesn't. He was on steroids, or if he wasn't on steroids, he experienced the damage. It's the point that I'm trying to make. Just because he was on steroids doesn't make the damage that he suffered go away. I don't
Hell
understand what
nah.
y'all don't understand.
Nah.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
you 100% right about that. He was on steroids. But
Okay, so that's what I'm
wait, hold
saying.
on. And like Bud said, we keep talking about shit like that. We supposed to be going on Ryan Garcia about that. We supposed to be
But why
talking
y'all
bad
keep
about him.
talking
Why is
about
we
what to
only
talk
talking
about?
about Devin Haney part that he got knocked out, and all this stuff? Nah, we supposed to be really be
So
talking
you
about
you haven't
this
you
sucker
haven't heard
that
me talk
used
about
steroids.
you
Nah,
haven't
I'm
heard
not.
me talk about how Ryan Garcia shouldn't be getting no title shot after he been accused of cheating. That shit ain't right. I don't know why they doing Devin Haney like that. Why is he being rewarded for cheating? Why he getting a title shot? Why he headlining the card? You ain't heard me say none of that.
Now, listen, you keep thinking I'm just saying you. I'm saying just black people in general. I'm talking about people that is not even looking at boxing. That's who Bud was talking about. He was talking about just in a whole. We don't support. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just talking about it. I'm just saying as a whole.
mean in
If you
general.
talk to a regular black person right now, they gonna say Devin Haney got knocked out. They gonna laugh about it.
So
You know what I'm
seven
saying?
hundred and fifty thousand people bought the
Wait,
Earl.
hold,
750,000 people bought the Earl Spence and Bud fight, but black people don't support.
I never. No, I'm not. See y'all. So you switching the shit up right now. You switching everything up.
No, because you talking about people making content, bro. That's what's gonna happen. They gonna
I'm not.
make
I'm not.
content.
I'm.
They
I'm
gonna
not
talk
talking
shit
about.
about
I'm not
fighters. That's
talking.
the way it's gonna go.
I'm not talking about content. I just told you. You could walk down the street or wherever, talk to somebody. They gonna say something bad about. If you ask about Devin and Ryan, they gonna say, "Damn, Devin got his ass knocked out." They not gonna mention
Because that's
like,
what
"Oh
they
yeah,
saw,
oh,
Rich.
oh yeah."
Because that's what
That's
they
what I'm.
saw.
Hold on. So like I said, now if you could walk down the street and ask a Mexican if a black guy used steroids on a Mexican fighter, they gonna be like, the first thing they're gonna say is, nah, they don't count. That punk used steroids. That's the first thing they're gonna say. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
me say.
They
Let me
not
say
gonna
this,
look
Rich.
at it like that.
Let me say this, Rich. Let me say this, Rich. Right? We all grown. We all adults on this panel. Life ain't fair, bro. And that's just what it is. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. What's the solution then, Rich? Can you give a solution?
Hey, there's no solution.
Okay, so why we keep crying about it?
It's on my.
Why it's always why do we keep
I ain't
bitching
crying
and
about it.
crying about it?
I ain't crying
I'm not
about it.
talking about you. I'm not
I'm
talking about
just saying.
you. It's always a we don't support our black and the black people don't support the black. It's always that. If it's no solution to that, then why y'all get what why keep saying it over and over and over? What's the point? If that's what it is, that's what it is. If it ain't gonna change, and if there's no solution to it, why do people keep bringing it up, trying to make themselves look like a victim? In my opinion, I don't understand that.
It kind of is a victim when you think about it.
Well,
You got.
Devin Haney's moved on. Devin Haney say he's focused on his next fight, and he's focused on getting the win back in the rematch. That's all
Yeah.
you can do at the end of the day. And as far as people supporting, see one thing about we talking about the black community, we're hypocrites because on Sunday morning we'll play some church music, and then about 30 minutes later we'll be talking about kicking in somebody's door and spraying up the community. And it's like, where does it stop? I mean, listen to the music that we indulge in, not us in general, but just our community. It's toxic, it's trash, it's degeneracy. It promotes nothing but garbage. But we
Right.
glorify that. We glorify the bull crap. We flock to the nonsense. That's what we do, and it's bled over into our society. And it is, we glorify the nonsense, we big up the nonsense, and then we criticize people who are doing the right thing. Oh, you a square. Oh, you think you smart. Oh, you went to college. Oh, you speak well. Whatever the case may be. We've been tearing down each other for years. This ain't nothing new.
Like when they say Devin Haney ain't from the hood.
Hold on, Box Hacker. Mr. Shelton, you got a weird feedback. So I'll be having to mute you. I think you need to turn your volume down to something.
That's cool. That's cool. I ain't tripping. I'm just saying that's just
All
the
right.
world. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just saying that's the world we live in. It's not just the black community. That's the world that we live in. Everybody
And
glorifies this shit.
You still
and
got
let
to
me
echo
say
Mr.
this too. Let
Crawford.
me say this too. Like, I wouldn't have an issue. Let's say like you bring it up and you maybe you talk about it in an interview or something. Like, I guess Terence Crawford, but it's like always being said how, because people got opinions or don't agree with you, or they gonna talk shit about you getting knocked out after you said somebody was a C-level fighter. We want to like feel like everybody, because you black, supposed to sympathize and feel sorry for, and all this like victim shit. Like, either they support you or they don't, and that's it. Why are y'all focusing on the people that don't support you? Why do boxers and these people keep focusing on the people that don't support them? It's not like y'all don't have fans. You got supporters. Focus on your fans. I don't understand that.
What? I'm gonna tell you another thing. A lot of these people who say "quote unquote" pro-black fighters and all this stuff. I'm gonna tell you something. This is a true story. When Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, that hurt me. It really did. I'm gonna tell you why it hurt me, because I don't look at Anthony Joshua as a lot of American black fans look at him as just a coon from England who talks funny. To me, he represented
Anthony
me because
Joshua is strong.
I seen the black man. I seen a big, strong black man get beat by a fat Mexican dude, and that hurt. I didn't look at him as though he wasn't my brother, because he is my brother. He's just from another country, but he's still my brother. And he represented me, and he lost. So I felt that. But a lot of these people over here, pro-blacks, they was tearing him down. Oh, look at him. He's a hype job. He this, he that, he what. It's fan bases. It's fan bases that attack other black fighters. It ain't so much the black community as a whole. It's certain fan bases. When Devin Haney took that fight against Ryan Garcia, it was Tank Davis fan base who came after that man and destroyed him for whatever the reason. Don't like Bill, Devin trying to be like Tank, whatever it is. And until we get past that, we gonna continue to have that. We gonna continue to have that. You got Errol Spence fan base versus Terence Crawford fan base. Now they call them what, the Bud Buddies. You got the Tanker Maniacs, and you got the Hanos plan or whatever y'all call them. It ain't nothing but fan bases. That's all it is.
Exactly. But I don't know. I don't get it. Like, that's fine. Y'all can criticize my quote unquote favorite fighter or whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna come up here and get my 2 cents about what y'all saying. I'm not gonna be, oh, I ain't no support. Like after Devin Haney lost that fight to Ryan Garcia, people just felt like all black people was just supposed to be on their side, and like, I don't get it. Like, people got their own minds and they can think. You can't just blindly follow somebody because of their race or some stuff like that. Like, that's how you get messed over,
What?
because that's idiotic.
Can
That's
I say something
idiotic.
though? 2 cents. Can I
Yeah.
tell you something? Boxing historically is tribal, and when it's like you putting your, this is my opinion how I feel about boxing. It's like I'm putting my man out there to represent me, to represent my people. Just like Mexican people, they put they man out there to represent them. So when Devin Haney took their loss, he represented me. I wanted the brother to win because it was a brother. Not that I'm racist or
Exactly.
anything. I wanted him to win because he was a black man. Now when two brothers, when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fought, I like both of them brothers. So to me, it was more like I hated that the fight that Errol got beat so bad, because I wanted it to be a classic fight. I wanted it to
Right.
be a fight to be remembered, not the goddamn demolition
No, it's gonna
job
get remembered.
that happened. I want it to be like a memorable fight, like Thomas Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard type of fight. So I can look back on and say, man, look, y'all come here for me. This was a great fight right here between two great champions, but it wasn't that. So I'm
Yeah.
always gonna rock with the brother. I'm gonna bet on black first. You know what I'm saying? Because they represent me. They represent my people. Not that I'm racist, but hey, I'm gonna roll with the brother. Well, 10 times out of 10.
And I mean, it's all these
Oh,
pro-black people. Oh, and listen, I'm not like trying to take shots at nobody or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, it be all these, like, y'all don't realize they be using this pro-black stuff just to kind of manipulate you. Like, you pro-black, but you married to you got a white gal, or you got a white wife, or you got to, like, stop playing with me. You pro-black, but
that's
you
Umar
ain't.
Johnson.
Yeah, like oh man, Umar Johnson is a clown. I don't even know why
Yeah, I
people
agree with
even
that.
listen to this nigga. Like, why
I agree with
he's
you there
he a
too, man.
scammer, he a clown. Like the dude is it's
He's a race
crazy. But
pimp.
Nah, but
Umar funny to me. I just laugh at Umar. But
it's like what homie was saying though, man. It's like I don't even. All I'm saying is I don't even know why that was like even a something to even talk about because
so
it's
how
true.
come you're not saying how bad Earl Spence got talked about after Terence Crawford beat him?
Because Terence
He
Crawford,
got talked about bad too. Yeah,
he got talked about, but it wasn't. Terence Crawford ain't cheap. Terence
Nigga,
yeah.
Crawford
Rich,
ain't cheap,
Rich, I'm about.
Wasn't
All right, Rich.
Faircon talked about Earl
huh?
Spence? That was diabolical.
Terence Crawford ain't cheap. Terence Crawford beat the shit out of him, which I knew it was gonna happen. You know what I'm
But
saying?
why? But why shouldn't the black people should have supported him and uplifted him? They shouldn't have been
They should have.
criticizing him
Yeah,
like that.
they should have definitely uplifted. But I mean, EJ, I
Especially
agree with
EJ,
that.
he went through the division. He collected all the belts. Yeah, he
And he
had a
kept his
drinking
word.
problem. He kept his word. He went
He
through
kept
the
his word.
accident.
Yeah,
He came back. He kept fighting. I mean, what did he do to even get all the criticism?
But that's
He lost to Crawford.
yeah, I
but
agree. I
just
agree
like
with you there. He should.
just like you said, that black people should uplift him. So that's what I'm saying to you right now. So what did Terence
No, I'm
Crawford
not
say?
saying that.
What
I'm saying you saying that, and I'm saying you're not saying that they should have said that about Spence. And then you came back and
I'm
said
not I'm
because
not I'm
Spence
not
didn't cheat.
I'm not just talking about
I mean,
Spence.
because Earl didn't cheat. I mean, because Bud didn't cheat, which
I
I
think
disagree with. But go ahead.
I think that you got it mistaken what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that just like how you said people ain't uplift Spence after that, that's what we didn't do that as black people. So that's what Terence Crawford talking about. You proving this point right. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I'm saying I
We
don't
didn't do that.
care. I'm saying I don't care, and I'm saying how come that wasn't the narrative after the Spence fight? Did y'all hear anybody say we should come together and uplift Spence because the black community? I didn't hear nobody saying that.
But you heard people say that Spence for the good. You heard some people say that, man, and said, damn, you
Spence
take a
ain't fight
loss.
a good nothing. That's a bold-faced ass
I
lie. He
know, I
didn't
know, I
fight a
know.
good nothing. So whoever's saying that is, I don't even know why they even saying that because that ain't even true.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Terence Crawford ain't tell no lie. I don't know why we acting like he did. That's what I'm saying. He ain't
I'm
tell
not
no
saying he
lie.
told a lie. I'm saying why, like, okay, like you want to be a victim? Like what? What do you want to gain from saying that? And AJ64 keep bringing up Terence Crawford and these busted gloves. Like y'all be overlooking this shit with Terence Crawford. I don't even want to get into it, but
I
I'm
can't. I'm gonna tell you and your supporters, right? I can't overlook nothing on Terence Crawford. His skill set is like that. Ain't nothing got to do with steroid. His skill set, just period. If you've been looking at boxing and knowing him, his skill set is good. A lot of people can't do the shit that he could do. So
I
all
agree with
that
that.
hating stuff that y'all saying and all that stuff. Oh, he on snack, he on this, he on that.
Yeah,
His skill
his
set
skill set's
his
what it
skill
is.
set
Yeah.
is point blank good. It's nothing
that,
about it.
what does what does that have to do with you working with Victor Conti and make people
But that, I mean,
suspicious?
he's not winning because of his strength. It's the skills that make him win. Like he's
Skill
literally outboxing
good.
people. He outboxed
You
EJ.
don't think the
I
you don't
like
think the
EJ,
magic
but
gloves help him out?
the busted gloves, it wasn't his
His
fault
magic
though.
gloves,
His what?
huh? His magic gloves.
His magic gloves helped him out. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, like they were what you call it? They were checked. His gloves were checked, so there was nothing wrong with them. You know,
Okay.
we can make up these theories that there must have been something
That's
there,
when you know
blah
you
blah
good
blah.
when
But
they
there was
start
no
making
like
up
they
stuff
checked
about you.
gloves.
When they start doing stuff like that, when they keep bringing up stuff that never been true and all that stuff. These
Yeah,
same people that
you
It
can't
never
use
been
them.
true that his
these
gloves busted.
same
Yeah,
people that pop up on your case and you ain't never know them, man.
but the
You know you doing
commission
something
checks his
good.
gloves. Even the EJ fight, after the fight, freaking Derek James checked his gloves after the fight. He's never had problems with his gloves. People are just saying it just to like create doubt on
Did
his.
did his gloves not bust before the Madrimov fight, and did his gloves not bust in the Avanesian fight? Y'all act like this stuff ain't true.
Yeah, they
I'm just
busted.
asking,
I
did
agree
it
with
happen?
you, but
I'm just
there's
asking, did it
nothing
happen?
that ties to him cheating. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, that's your opinion and
No,
my
that's a
opinion.
fact.
No, you can't say that's a fact. You don't know that that's a fact.
Yeah, no, they check. No, before you fight, they check your gloves. You know that,
Have
right?
people
Like
got away with cheating with gloves before?
they
I have a
have,
question.
but
I have a
normally the
question.
coaches
What
check
hold
them.
on.
It's not
What advantage would it be busting the stitches out of the side of your gloves?
You
Unless
gonna
you're gonna
hurt your
put
hand.
something in them or something.
That's what I'm
There,
You
saying.
there,
asking me
there
that?
ain't there ain't there ain't no advantage of busting the stitching on the side of your gloves. I mean,
No,
if
it's
anything,
why would
if everything Everlast is making some cheap gloves, probably made in China, and they busting up, they need to redo their manufacturing process or
well, he
something.
needs to get better gloves. Then he a professional fighter. Your gloves, the
Uh,
thread shouldn't
But
be
the thing
coming
about
out your glove.
those gloves are
Several
brand new out of the pack, though. That's what I'm saying. Those gloves are brand new out of the pack, been inspected and
times.
everything, and
Oh,
signed off
so
on by the commissioner. You got two pair of gloves every time you fight. Got
so
gloves
let me
set
could you
A and set B.
would you say it's suspicious if you bust out a two pair in one night or no?
Who else? But two pair of gloves might be
Yeah.
a bad batch. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, unless you taking padding out, or unless you putting something inside the gloves, that's really the only reason you would bust the sides out of them.
Putting semen in that motherfucker.
But
I
y'all
mean,
That's
In
the
your thing.
parents.
listen.
These
Like
people think that Buzz
Y'all can feel how
Margarita.
y'all want to feel about it, and I feel how I want to feel about it. I mean, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to feel that way, but
well,
I
me,
reality
I
is
mean,
you want to cheat though. That's all.
I think they should, if they want to go like that, they should run it like the amateurs.
and
Everybody got to have the same gloves on. You got the same gloves I got on.
I think that's
That
and
cool.
way, can't nobody say you got no advantage.
and let's
You
get
put
this
them and put
understood.
everybody in the same joints.
I'm not a Devin Haney fan. I'm just speaking, I don't
No,
I mean, it's cool. Like I'm a Devin Haney fan. I mean, I'm a fan of all these guys. I watch their fights. I talk about them. I'm just a fan of all of them. But I got criticism and critiques of them. But that don't mean I dislike them or I can't be objective or I can't be honest. That's what I be having an issue with. Like people won't even be objective and honest because they quote unquote dislike a fighter. Like I don't do that. And just
Nah,
if you don't agree with my opinion, then fine. You just don't agree with my opinion. But I'm not up here blatantly just lying and being illogical.
I think everybody has implicit bias. It's natural. Like 2 Cent, like you're biased for Tank. That's an honest opinion, and that's okay. That's one of your favorite fighters. There's nothing wrong with being biased towards the fighter, but you do have bias towards Tank Davis.
I never
And
said I didn't.
no,
And
no, no.
that's
I'm
okay.
not. I know that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Everybody has bias, and sometimes your bias can affect your opinion, or how you view people, or how
but I'm
you view
objective
other
though.
people
I'm objective though.
to a point. But yeah, like I say, your bias it shines through sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm biased. I think
yeah,
we're all biased when it comes to certain fighters that we appreciate.
that's true.
It's natural. It's a human characteristic. Because some of the stuff that I've seen, these Tank fans making excuses for this dude. If it would have been anybody else, they would have been nonstop killing them. I mean, bro, and that's a fact. You got even the most diehard Tank fan got to say, look, man, enough is enough. Now we just can't keep getting
yeah,
this kid. I mean,
yeah.
some of the stuff they were saying was ridiculous. You know what
I
I'm
don't I
saying?
don't I don't be
Hey,
around
hey,
illogical Tank fans.
hey, but
So I don't know what y'all
I
you
don't
talking
know
know
about.
it's
about that too, says.
what's crazy. I like Tank. I defend Tank, but some stuff I just can't sit there. I'd be a fool to be like, man, yeah, that's true. A nigga sit back and say, fight a nigga for what? What have he done? And all this type of stuff. And then in that same breath, a year, 2 years ago, you said he was your favorite fighter. I can't agree with certain shit like that. Like I'm like, come on, man. And
Oh wow.
you were here to make excuses and say shit, but some stuff y'all just gotta sit back and be like, damn, man, for real. Come on, man. That shit crazy. Can't do it.
I guess.
I mean,
I mean, I
sometimes
agree.
if you change that O to a 1, everybody try, but it'll free you. It's like that loss, it'll free you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to hold on to that O so dear because that O got these guys where they don't want to fight nobody. They're picking and choosing who they want to fight. Turning guys. I don't like the way he fight. I don't like his style. Whatever the case may be, he run too much. Won't stand still. Let me hit him. He punched too hard. He boring. Whatever the excuse is. If that O go, you get a little bit liberated. So I mean, it's okay if you lose. And if a guy loses, that's all right. Just go back to the drawing board and come back.
But Mr. Greg said boxing has always been like that. We just didn't have access to really know what was going on. And so like in the future, when people look back, they're not gonna really know the ins and outs like we going through it right now. They just gonna see what happened and what went on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like we look back at those fights and we're like, oh, they was great fights and this, that, but we don't know the ins and outs and what happened and what went on. We don't know the fighters that we think is great, who they ducked and stuff like that. I mean, you probably do if you into it like that, but I'm just saying as like a casual whatever, you just look back and you see what happened. You don't know the intricacies of what exactly went on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen some shit with Sugar Ray and Marvin Hagler. When Marvin Hagler before Marvin retired, he wanted to fight Sugar Ray again. And Sugar Ray said it straight up in front of him. He said, I think we need to get a, what's that shit called? When you fight somebody, some bullshit ass fighter with Devin Haney. Like what he doing a little bit. What y'all say he doing?
Well, tune up.
Yeah. Sugar Ray said in front of him, he said, we should just get a tune up and then we go again. Marvin Hagler wasn't with it. Marvin Hagler said, nah, I want to fight right now. I want to fight next.
So why
That's
y'all
true.
not mad at
That's the
going
next.
straight into the Ryan Garcia rematch?
But some people not real with it. Some people, a lot of nowadays fighters ain't real with that shit. Or they fans and make excuses for them when they do something fucked up. So
And they used to call Sugar Ray a hype job too, right? Like
nah,
he
they
was one
ain't
of
never
those.
said that.
No, I think so.
They ain't never said that.
I think when he lost to Duran, they were calling him a hype job.
They ain't never said Sugar
They
Ray
kept
was a hype
saying
They
job.
they
called him a
said
hype.
he didn't have no chin.
Exactly.
That's
They
what
called
they
him a hype
always say.
job.
Oh, he
Yeah.
ain't got a chin. He's scared.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. That's what they always the jacket they put on
That
the
man was
black
never a
fighters.
hype job.
He move
Well,
around too much.
you're
He
looking
won't
at it
stand still.
from the
They was
future
saying he
now.
moved around and all that, but
That like someday in the future, people are gonna be like, they used to say Shakur was a hype job, and somebody else is gonna be like, man, Sugar Shakur is never a hype job.
nigga said, nigga crazy.
Got put boxing hacker in timeout. He up here tripping. But so what y'all do think? What do y'all think about the fights this weekend? Who fight this weekend? Let me know and drop it below in the chat. I've already told y'all how I feel about. I always thought this Conor Benn Eubank fight was dumb, but now that I seen this weigh in, like that shit really irritated me. Like,
I want to watch it so bad.
how
It
can
makes
you
sense.
get?
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm ready for
You
it.
think
I think I
somebody
slapped with an
would
egg.
you
That
give
shit's
Conor
funny.
Benn credit if he beat Eubank?
I don't
Hell
think it
yeah.
matters. I don't think it really matters. I just think it's something that they built up. They promoted it. You know, the father and son rivalry. You know, Eubank versus Benn. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big fight in the UK. A lot of people are stoked for it. And I think those guys are gonna somebody get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? That's
How do
one
you
thing.
feel about no outrage about the rehydration clause?
What? There's no outrage about that.
Well, I think maybe because he doesn't have a history of doing it. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think
He's
people
going
really
up to
care, to
weight
be honest,
classes.
man.
So like,
You know,
so
Exactly. That's my point.
It's two-way traffic though. There's a rehydration clause, but then Conor Benn's going up to weight classes, right? So
What they find at? They find at 160, right? 150.
yeah, 160.
Conor Benn not
160.
going up no
So,
two. Is he going up two weight classes?
huh?
Conor Benn fight at 47 or 54?
Yeah, he fight at
47.
47.
He probably
47.
47. Yeah,
And he
he's
was
going up
about
to
to
weight
fight.
classes.
And he was about to fight a Tank at 140. You don't remember he was trying to fight him?
Yeah, he's a small
Yeah,
guy.
He was
I
trying to
think
fight him.
I think Ben would have. That wouldn't have been a good fight for Tank. I think that'd been too dangerous. I
You
think
remember they
Ben too
went back
big.
and forth and they were supposed
I
to
think he
have
was too
something
big.
going
I think
on,
he's
but I
too
think
big for Tank. To
That
be
would be
honest,
interesting though.
he's too
Conor
big.
Benn,
But Conor Ben too big for Tank, man.
he has an interesting style. I've been watching his little
Don't take
workouts. I've been
fight
like,
these big ass guys.
that
You
nigga
know,
I'm like, how
he
do you
don't need
keep
to
a
fight that
stamina?
fight. That dude too dangerous, and he's too much of a gunslinger. You know what I'm saying?
he's too
Yeah,
shit.
He can't take one of them shots.
He
Tank gonna
throwing
go
them
to
punches,
sleep,
buddy.
man.
Conor Benn be throwing that punches. Extra dot. That bro be throwing.
No, I mean I'm just asking. Like before, it was like rehydration, all this, but now I guess it's not a big deal. So cool,
I mean,
cool,
it's two-way traffic though. Like it's different.
Yeah, it's always different. Mr.
It's two-way
Shelton, you
traffic.
back? No, I was talking
I
about his
feel,
dad. Remember I asked y'all why Eubank Pops was tripping? Remember I asked y'all that? I'm like, why?
Yeah,
yo,
why is he tripping?
his pops is crazy, man. I watched his interview, right? Like an hour and a half long interview. Man, this dude is like an astronaut or something. Man, he talks like he's like
Yeah,
he's
I'm
some
back
type
too.
of
So I'm back.
like some type of emperor or something. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that man got used to talking like
You're
that and
so
he just
right.
became like that. He like a
Hey,
Nicki Minaj.
I love how I like how Chris Eubank just sit up there and just be going off on people, but like it's real calm and like the way he's talking and I guess that accent and it sounds
He got
like
it from
a
his dad.
movie.
He
It
got
sounds
it from
like
his
a
dad.
movie. I be like, why is he talking? Like, I can't decide if I don't like Chris Eubank or if I do like him. I can't decide because he be
Why
being an
you think
asshole.
Eddie Hearn don't like to be up there with him? Why you think
He
Hearn
be
don't like to be up there with him? Because Hearn can't out
he be
talk him.
being
You
he
know
be
why?
being an
He's
asshole.
articulate. He's
Yeah.
articulate. And see, his dad, you already hear his dad talk. His dad is
Oh
like a
my
big,
God, his dad
like a thesaurus. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about we are the standard bearers. You know, he talking all this philosophical stuff, man. And he's an interesting dude to listen to, man.
You
He
wouldn't
said,
even
"Cause I am
imagine
the,
he's a boxer. That's a weird thing. Weird thing about Chris Eubank Sr. Like, if you never knew he was a boxer, you would never guess it. You think he's like a British librarian or something.
But why would Coach Eddie? Why he was like? What's his beef? Like, why he mad?
I don't know.
Oh,
you
he
know, I
mad.
don't
He
know,
mad.
man.
He
It's
mad.
his own thing. I have no
Yeah.
idea what they
Yeah, try
beefing
extra.
about.
I can
Go
answer
ahead.
that. I can
No.
answer that.
He
I
said
can answer
Eubank.
that.
He said his
Go
son.
ahead.
Go ahead.
He's upset because he told his son not to take this fight because he doesn't think his son can comfortably make the weight limit. He thinks his son should fight at 68 at least or 75 with no rehydration. And Chris Eubank wants to take this fight anyway, and he doesn't approve of it.
But
Yeah,
he
he
been
said that.
ain't talked for like 2 years ago.
He said he know as a fighter.
That's what it's about. This fight been brewing for 3 years, and he told him, "I don't want this fight. You shouldn't take this fight, and I'm not going to be in your corner for this fight because I don't approve of it."
Yeah, he says he know as a fighter how it is to drop weight and stuff like that. He said that's seriously could hurt you.
Well,
That's
and
what
that
Okay,
and
well,
And he looked hurt. He looked sick for real doing
he
all
that
that
look
man looked
kind of
terrible.
bad.
shit.
He
That shit. I'm
Eubank
like,
looked like
bad.
ooh.
He
he
gonna
look.
get stopped early. Like, you gonna let Connor Ben stop you? Come
Hey,
on, bro.
Liam Smith already knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah, but
I
he
don't know if you
came back
remember.
and finished it though. He came back and
Yeah,
finished
but
it though.
still though, he got knocked out
I
though.
think
Still,
y'all
dude still
wrong.
putting
I
hands
think
on him though.
Eubank gonna beat the brakes off that dude.
Who?
he might.
Connor Ben?
He has the size and the reach.
Yeah, but is he gonna have? Is he
Eubank
gonna
gonna
be
beat
too
the brakes off kind of. He gonna
But
beat
they
too
are
the
drained?
brakes off that
Mr.
dude.
Shelton?
they already talking
But how?
about Conor Ben that already beat up William Skull. He said he stopped William Skull. Then he said he beat this other guy that knocked out Jaime Munguia. Said he beat the brakes off of him too.
Oh, he back on them egg?
That ain't got nothing to do with Chris Eubank Jr. That ain't got nothing
Why?
to do with Chris Eubank Jr.
So, Mr. Shelton, you don't think the weight cut and the 10-pound rehydration clause gonna affect Eubanks?
I don't think it will because I think Eubank gonna blow it. I think he'll come in about 175, 180. He gonna blow that shit. He got to pay 500,000 because he missed weight today. So if I already got to
You gonna
pay
have to,
money, why do I need to hear anything else?
Because he
you
might have
gonna
to
have to
pay
pay
more.
again too if you miss a rehydration clause. You have to pay extra.
I don't think he gives a shit. I really don't. I don't think he gives a shit.
I mean, how much did he make it to
That'd be
not
$1
give a
million,
shit? That's a
I
lot of
think
bro.
this
That's too
goddamn
fight
much
is
money.
bread,
personal.
man.
I
That's a lot
think
of
it's
goddamn money,
personal,
bro.
and I think he gonna beat that boy ass.
Man, no matter how personal, that's a lot of money, bro.
If you look at Conor Ben, think about this though. Think about this. Let's think about it logically. If you look at Conor Ben's resume, who the fuck has he fought? Who's he fought?
Who Eubanks fault?
Yeah, Chris Eubank been in
More
a lot
people
of
than Conor
tough
Ben.
fights. He fought George Grove. He lost to Billy Joe Saunders. He got stopped by Liam Smith. So Eubank, he been around the block for a little while. He's like
I just started
35,
watching Eubanks when he got
going on
knocked out.
36. Yeah,
I
he
came.
fought
Oh yeah, I watched
George
when he got
Grove.
knocked out.
And
Billy Joe Saunders beat him up too.
the best name on Conor Ben's resume is what? Vargas? Jesse Vargas?
Yeah, Chris Algieri, one of them two. Chris Algieri and Vargas. That's about it.
He beat the
Yeah,
brakes off.
and I can't remember the other dudes.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, if you listening, let me get a like check. Can y'all let me know how many likes I got? Please punch that like and subscribe button if you listening. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing. Be sure to drop your 2 cents in the super chat. Yo, shout out the homie Big Supreme. Yo, Big Supreme, if you can click the link. We talking about this Eubank fight. Listen, I want to thank everybody that supports this channel, whether you support it monetarily or you just support it by hitting the like button, calling in, or giving your 2 cents, talking in the chat. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting my channel, coming on here with the different points of views, the different ideas, the great conversations. listen, y'all, these replays be hidden. People really be watching these replays after these lives go off. So I just want to let y'all know I truly, truly appreciate y'all for coming up here and talking boxing with me. But
We appreciate
Mr.
you for
Shelton,
having us.
that rehydration stuff is, I remember like a point where I didn't really understand how serious it was, but now I get it. So it's like you coming down and you got a rehydration and you look this terrible. Like I don't even know how, like why don't boxers start cutting weight earlier? Like why, like you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know, why did the cut have to be this hard?
No, he just too big. I mean, same thing with
Big.
look what Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia.
he
Look
came
how
in
bad he
heavy.
looked when he fought Tank. When he fought Tank, he looked horrible. When Devin Haney
You
fought
like Michael
Lomachenko,
Jackson.
he looked horrible. I
Yeah,
mean,
he did.
Devin Haney was like a walking skeleton. Ryan Garcia was a walking skeleton. Frank Martin was a skeleton. I mean, but like I say, they made a decision to do it. Well, you know,
Yeah.
weight cuts. You better off fighting in a weight where you're comfortable at. I mean, because you can look
Coach,
at the
do you remember
picture.
what Danny Jacobs did? Do you remember what Danny Jacobs did?
Yeah, he came in
He blew
with
that
a
shit,
heavier
right?
than Canelo.
Yeah. And then be the last
He
few
blew
pounds
it.
that be the hardest. You might be cutting weight and you might think you're doing good. And it'd be a week of the fight. You got like 5 pounds left. So you can't, and then like 3 days later, you still got 4 pounds to go. It'd be the last few pounds that be fucking people up, man. You know, so
Yeah, I think Eubank gonna call his bluff and just come in heavy and say, "What you gonna do? You gonna fight or not?"
If you been coming heavy, even still with him coming in heavy, he still had to drain himself. That's still gonna affect him. But
yeah.
I don't like. I don't know. We're gonna have to see if you Chris Eubank
I
pull
don't
this
think.
off. I'm gonna
See,
be
I
like,
just don't
wow.
think Conor Benn is that good. Conor Benn is
I
trash.
don't
He's not really
either.
that good. He ain't fought nobody,
I
so
don't think he's that
He's
good
never
either.
I just don't
lost.
see him winning.
What I
Who
guess the
is he
thing
fought?
about it though, when you got a guy who got power in both hands and letting them things go,
But but he was
it's
on
always
steroids
it's
though,
a
Coach
tough
Eddie.
fight, huh?
But he was on steroids though, Coach Eddie. Like I
Yeah,
seen,
yeah,
you
he's
Yeah.
on that stuff. He's on that juice.
know, and he haven't knocked
And
nobody out.
how has his power
He
been in
haven't
his
knocked
last 3
nobody out.
fights?
Yeah, he
I
haven't
don't.
knocked nobody
We
out
about to
since he got
find out
caught.
tomorrow how it is tomorrow. Cause
Shout
I
out,
ain't gonna front. He looks strong. He looks strong at that weight.
shout
Yeah.
He
out, Big
looks strong.
Supreme on the panel.
You,
Big Supreme, what's your 2 cents? What you got for?
y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we got you,
Yeah,
We
bro.
can hear
We
you.
got you.
What y'all guys was talking about?
we talking about the Chris Eubank fight. Mr. Shelton thinks that Chris Eubanks is going to be able to pull it off, but he thinks he might bust the rehydration weight. And I'm just saying, even if he do that, I think he drained himself too much to make the weight. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think Conor Benn's gonna stop him. After I thought about it, I feel like Eddie Hearns and Conor been asking for this fight for a long time, so I feel like they see something and probably know something. And I do feel like Eubanks is a little chinny. If you see his fight with Liam Smith, I got knocked out like that. So I just think that Conor Benn is going to be too young, too fast, too explosive, and I think he's going to stop him. I think probably in 8 rounds.
Yeah.
I can see that. But now he got Bomac. So if he win, Bomac gonna get the credit. Now you know that, right?
Oh, Bo
Now
Mack in his
he
corner
don't work
again?
with Bomac no more.
Well, he ain't with Bomac no more.
No, then he
Nah, he only
losing.
worked with him for the Liam rematch, and that was it.
He might be
Oh, okay. I
losing.
thought they was still
Bo
together.
Mack
Okay,
ain't
I
going
got
back over there after he got arrested.
Yeah,
you.
Shout
Yeah,
yeah,
but
out
he
but
got a
to
lot.
Bomac got
Monet.
busted.
Shout out Ramona Barnett
Forgot about
with
that shit.
$4.99 in the super chat. It says for the grind. Shout out for the $4.99 in the super chat, Barnett. So yeah, we was talking about that, and I was like, do you know why his pops is so mad and this and that? But then once I seen the weigh in, I was like, damn, this probably why his pop's so mad. Like he looked like he was about to pass out up there. That's a pretty bad weigh in. That's one of the worst I've seen.
Yo,
But
his
him and his
pops
dad
is
haven't
weird as
talked for
shit.
2 years though. That's crazy. 2 years? These are what his son was saying. They ain't talked for a
Yeah,
very long
Eubank Senior
time.
is a weirdo.
Yeah, that dude's crazy. That dude
You,
is a
Yo,
freaking
you ever
nut
seen his
job.
interviews?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That
funny,
nigga's a
man.
fucking weirdo. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with him?
Yo, Big
That dude
Supreme.
said, "I am the king. I am the king.
If I swear, if you didn't know he was a
That
boxer, you
I
would
am the
definitely think he was
marshal."
a boxer, bro.
I am the standard bearer.
Yo, say it
Shout
again,
out,
Hacker.
shout out Miss Mona for the super chat. Hold on, y'all. Shout out Miss Mona for the cash app. That was Miss Mona in the cash app, y'all. Hold on, I got another cash app to get to. Shout out D1 for the $4.99 in the super chat. He says they want their big ass fighter to have all the advantages. That they soft as hell. Shout out D1. Yeah, this rehydration clause is crazy. I mean, you coming
Eubank Jr.
in.
loses. He's probably gonna retire though. I think.
Yo, matter of
Oh yeah,
fact,
he
yo,
already
Hacker,
said. He
what
already
you
said
think
it's over
about that
with.
rehydration clause?
Yeah.
Oh, he must be getting a payday then. He about to walk off in the
Yeah, of
sunset.
course. He's
What you
getting
say,
paid
Big
that. He don't
Supreme?
give a care.
Yeah, he said he asked for a lot of money. I think he said Turkey asked how much he wanted. He told him what he wanted. He was like, "Dang, I should have asked for more." Because Turkey just gave him exactly what he asked for.
Damn.
Nah, I
Damn,
was asking Hacker
hey,
what he thought about the
what is
rehydration
it, y'all?
clause.
Is it like 65,000 gonna be in that stadium tomorrow?
What
Hey,
you
you heard me,
say?
Hacker?
It's gonna
Yeah,
be like
You hear me, Hacker?
65,000 people in that
What
stadium
you say,
tomorrow.
Big Supreme?
That's it. What you think about the rehydration?
So I was telling 2 cents, it's a two-way traffic, right? Because Carmen Benn has to go up two-way classes. So
I don't
it is what it
know
is.
if you can hear me, bro.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, so I was telling 2 cents. For me, it's sort of like a two-way traffic because Carmen Benn has to go up two-way classes as well, you know. So I mean, it's what it is at that point. Like he's gonna be a way smaller man because he's way smaller, and then Eubank will have to survive the weigh-ins.
So what do you think about the fight in the matchup?
Yo, you know what's interesting? Conor Benn, especially when he's doing his workouts, looks really interesting. You know, but I wonder how stamina is gonna hold up with that fighting style of his in that weight class. You know, but
I think he's gonna be fine, actually.
yeah, and then I wonder how Eubank's gonna rehydrate. It depends who comes in good. One of them is not gonna come. One of them is not
Eubank
gonna
gonna
come in
beat the
good.
brakes off that dude.
I'm
Man, you
telling you, I
never
think
know.
Conor
Eubank,
Benn is gonna stop him.
Eubank gonna get stopped with
I
he gonna get
think
stopped
Conor
with a
Benn is a
body
better
shot,
boxer than
man.
Eubank, though.
He gonna get stopped with a body shot.
Eubank going to sleep, bro.
I think
Man,
Eubank
that
gonna
would be
get stopped with a
diabolical,
body
bro.
Hey,
shot, man.
let's look up the odds. Let's look up the odds.
That
Eubank is a
dude
favorite.
look frail. His body look frail,
He
man.
looked frail, don't he, Coach Eddie? Did he look
Yeah,
like he couldn't even stand there, like he was
I'm
woozy, like he was
telling
going
Conor to
back and forth?
go straight to the body. Start off in the body shots.
Conor
Yeah, I
Benn be
think
punching the
he
hell out
gonna
of punches
stop
out
him
of
in
boy.
like I want to say 5 rounds, but I just have a bad feeling for Eubank.
Conor Benn is trash. He ain't stopping shit. He's trash.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, Shelton, you call everybody trash, bro.
He sure does.
I think that's just how he.
Nah, I don't
I
call
think that's.
everybody trash. I call
I
Conor
think
Benn
that's just
trash.
how he talk. I think that's just how he talk. You know,
I'm gonna tell
because
you what the fight they gonna
this is
make.
something who is not trash.
I think you gonna get Conor
I'll
Benn
tell you, want me
versus
to give you a list?
Jerron
Let me give
Ennis.
you a list.
I
Let me
think
give you
that
a list
fight.
of
I think
people
they're
who
gonna
ain't
make that
trash.
fight.
Oh, you
That's the
think they
fight
gonna
that I
make
want.
Conor Benn
Boots.
and Boots?
Yeah, that's what I want to fight. If I'm Boots, I want to fight in front of 65,000 people.
That's an
I want to
interesting
fight
fight.
Conor Benn
And
in
That's
beat
an
the
front of
interesting
brakes off of
fight.
Conor
65,000.
Benn? Yeah, of course you want to do that.
I think he
Conor
does.
Benn can't hang with Boots. No way, no
That's a
how.
good that's a good move for Boots though, to introduce him to the freaking the English
Education.
fans. You know what I'm saying?
And Conor Benn knows how to sell himself too. So like, yeah, I think
Put
that's an
me in
interesting
the friggin' arena, 65,000. Let me fight wherever we
I
gonna
don't think
fight at.
Conor Benn will fight him.
Conor Benn's style is really explosive, but then Boots knows how to box really, really well. So I'll favor Boots. Even with that explosive style that Conor Benn has.
All I
Conor
know
Benn,
is
have you ever been knocked down? Or have you ever been knocked down?
I don't think so.
Conor Benn?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Nah, he
but
been
He
down
y'all
a
never
really
couple
fought
up
times.
here
nobody
talking
to get
about
goddamn.
y'all really be up here talking about Conor Benn, not mentioning them steroids.
Nah, yeah, we know that, but you know
They're
he
eggs.
got
They're
cleared.
eggs, buddy.
Yeah, he had the eggs.
He technically got
Them
cleared
eggs.
of them eggs.
You know what? But if he beat a fighter that we like, then we will mention it. But since he beating a whole bunch of people we don't know, nobody cares. That's how
Yeah.
it is.
If he
That's
beats a
how it
fighter that
always
we
is.
like, we need answers.
No, I'm bringing it up.
We don't need no
Yo, you know
answers.
what's so
No,
crazy?
I'm bringing it up every time because that's like he ain't been hitting the same. He ain't been hitting
Nah,
the same
I ain't
since
gonna lie, I kind of disagree with that 2 cents.
You do? I ain't seen him
Yeah,
hitting
I'm
the
gonna tell you
same.
why, right? His first fight back, he fought a dude named Rodolfo Orozco, like this Mexican cat. And if you watch that fight, he hit this dude with everything. Like he broke his jaw. He almost stopped him. Like I ain't gonna lie, the fight could have been waved off, but I guess they let him go out on his feet. But after the fight, this dude tested positive for steroids, so that made me think, oh, okay, that's the reason why he lasted the whole 10 rounds. So, and then when he fought Pete Dobson got a good chin because he fought this dude at a Tank gym. What's the little dude named? Jalil Hackett. And I was telling everybody that Jalil Hackett's not gonna stop him. I mean, so like, yeah, the pop doesn't look as explosive or devastating, but the punching power is still there, and the speed and the explosiveness is still there. So I feel like Chris Eubank, I don't think he's seen a fighter like Conor Benn before, because if you look at his last fight with that Polish dude, I think Kamil Cesaretta or something like that, he went 7 rounds with this dude. This dude done been stopped 4 times. The dude is not really a power puncher like that, and he landed a lot of good shots on Chris Eubank. So I'm thinking if Conor Benn gets those same opportunities and those openings, he's going to land those punches, and we're going to see how Chris Eubank is going to respond, especially with the rehydration clause they're saying his brain. And another thing too, right? When he fought Pete Dobson at that catch weight, I think it was a catch weight at 150, he rehydrated the next day to like 170 something. So they marketed him as the smaller man, but he rehydrates 20 pounds. So it's not really that big of a weight difference. So I just think if my gut tells me, I think he's gonna really stop him like 6 rounds. I really think that.
Well, if you think he's gonna stop him 6 rounds, the odds is looking great.
The
So
odds
first
looking
of
great.
all,
Tell it. I'm
Conor
taking that.
Benn is plus 145. So that means he's the favorite. I mean, he's the
Con-
Not Conor
underdog.
Benn is the
No,
underdog.
Conor
he's
Benn the
the
He the
underdog.
underdog.
Conor Benn's the underdog.
yeah, he's the
Really?
And
underdog.
look,
You
Conor
making
Benn
big
by
time.
knockout. Conor Benn by knockout is plus 800. Conor
On
Benn by
Bovada?
That's some smart money right there.
That's my
they
money.
don't
Yeah.
they don't think he gonna knock him out.
Yo, I think he gonna knock him the fuck out. I'm telling
But
you.
he's so big.
It's gonna be an overhand, like an
He's a big
overhand
dude,
right or something. Gonna catch him with
Yeah,
that.
Coach Eddie, you talk that talk. All right, so if we look at the last fight, right? I don't know if you want to do that 2 cents. I guess the copyright or whatever. But when he fought that Polish dude, the Polish dude landed a lot of overhand rights on this dude, and he's not nearly as fast as Conor Benn or explosive. And Conor Benn, we saying that his pop don't look the same. He still can punch, and your man even buzzed Eubank in that fight. So I just think that they see something, they probably know something. They both from the UK, they both probably spot each other. They know some of the same people in the same gyms. I think he sees something, and I think he's gonna take advantage tomorrow. I
What
really
round
believe
you
that.
say? What round you say? Big Supreme.
I'm thinking 1 through 6 or 5 through 8. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Man, you can go put $5 on every round.
I mean, if you want to do that, but I ain't gonna do all that. But I
Nah, but
think
I'm
he's
just
gonna
saying.
stop him.
You gotta be like Showbiz and bet like 3,000, man. You gotta do that. Come on, Big
I
Supreme.
mean, I ain't got showbiz money, man.
I don't
I
have a
definitely don't
betting
got
app to give
showbiz
me
money.
money
I
to
don't got
bet.
no sponsorship with the Zone or Turkey.
So you said
Yo,
rounds
what
5.
about this? Did anybody see that Jamal Charlo interview?
Yeah, I seen it. Some
He's
of it. I
tweaking
seen
too.
parts of it.
He's tweaking just like the senior.
Yo, what's up with Caleb Plant, man? I don't like that dude, man.
Man, that dude been fighting. I don't like Caleb either. He be fighting some
I don't
ducks, man.
like Caleb Plant.
He be talking crazy
I
too,
rock.
man. Like he that guy
Yeah,
from.
like he tough.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like that
Caleb
nigga,
Plant.
man.
Man, I've been telling people I don't like Caleb Plant. But I say I agree. Haven't I been saying that?
Caleb Plant a sucker, man. He a straight
Yeah,
sucker.
he's
I
been
don't really
saying
run
that.
his mouth. They
He's been
don't want to
I
saying
fight
agree, Coach
that.
Eddie.
Demetrius. Don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Andrade been calling this man out for years. He's ducking all kind of smoke. He naming everybody but the one that been calling him out. Why you doing that? Why you talking about Edgar? Why you talking about Mobility? Why you talking about Pacheco when Demetrius Andrade been on your barber calling you out for years? You won't even mention the man name. Or Charlo won't mention the man name. Charlo fighting a dude cornflake. Man, this
That's what I'm
dude been
saying.
stopped. The cornflake trash. That dude is trash, man. If Jamal don't stop this
It's a
dude
tune-up.
in
It's a tune-up.
4 rounds, he got to hang it up.
It's a tune-up. It's a tune-up. But I've been saying that about Caleb Plant. Like, it's like I be feeling like he like to throw rocks and hide his hand, and he it's just I just know how dudes be,
Caleb
and
Plant is a
I
phony.
just don't like him. I don't like him. He be fake stuff in the
He a
public.
phony.
he like to start little shit and then be cry victim and all this, and it just be I just don't like Caleb Plant. He think he can talk to people any kind of way. Like I don't know. I just don't like Caleb
I
Plant.
mean, he did
He
smack
think he
Charlo
just.
too, though. So he only behind his hand like that.
You say what?
He did smack the shit out of Charlo as well. You remember that?
I mean,
Yeah, so
okay.
he don't behind his hand like that. He just throw rocks.
No, he be throwing rocks behind his hand and then
He
wanting
just,
to play with
he just throw them things, man. Caleb Plant does not give a shit, man. I ain't gonna
Cause why
lie.
did
Hey,
he
man.
tell that reporter to shut the fuck up or whatever he told him? Why
Like
he
he was
tell him
talking
that?
to Cornflake. That dude Cornflake.
Nah, Cornflake kept saying, don't do this, don't do this, kept jumping in front of him when he was talking. A lot of shit that Caleb Plant do, he have a reason for doing it.
Nah, but that dude disrespectful though, man. Caleb Plant disrespectful.
No, Cornflake was out of pocket. Cornflake was all out of
Nah,
pocket talking
Cornflake
about,
wasn't out of
don't be
pocket.
gassing me
He
up.
ain't say nothing
Don't be
crazy.
talking about that.
The
I'm
guy,
fighting Maul. He's like, look, all I told you was the plan. The plan
You
is if
think
I
that?
win and if he wins, we're going to fight after that. That's the plan. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's the plan. And Cornflake was taking this shit somewhere else. When Cornflake know he going to get his ass mollywopped, he's trash.
So why he even fighting?
nah,
Because
They
Jamal
give
needs a
him they
payday.
give Jamal a
Jamal needs
layup.
a
They give
tune-up.
him a layup.
Jamal can't go to a fight. If
Jamal
Charlo went into a fight with Caleb Plant right now, he get his ass mollywopped.
He's supposed to
I
be
He's
mean,
a
he
fighting
tune-up.
just
Andrade. He's supposed to be fighting Andrade, but he don't want
nah,
to
man,
smoke Andrade.
I respect what Caleb Plant did, man. He said he gonna fight him after this fight to get him ready, so it won't be
Give
no
him a
excuses
tune-up.
like they did for
Yeah,
Earl
give
Spence
a
and all
man a
that type of
tune-up.
shit. So it won't be no excuses. Yeah, I
This
respect
this
that.
right this
yeah,
the
that's
second
because he's
this
not
is
trying to plot and scheme a win. That's
and I
why.
think
Go ahead.
Caleb Plant this is second can that Caleb Plant is fighting. He fighting 2 cans in a row. So
You
he
thought the
trying to get
McCullough
back. He trying to get back to the Canelo bread. That's all he trying to do. He trying to make sure he don't lose so he can get back to the Canelo bread. That's all he trying to do. But Canelo
Hey
finna
man,
slide out on these guys.
it's
No, but I
safe
was
to
happy
say
when he beat that guy,
it's
that Trump supporter guy. I like when he
hey,
beat that dude.
it's safe to say that Caleb Plant fought the best people at middleweight, man. He fought the best competition that it could be. Benavidez and Canelo. None of them niggas that you named could beat Canelo nor Benavidez. Andrade, Pachenko, Jamal, none of them could beat them.
Yeah, that's the size
They
of the
not
point
even
though.
the weight class.
But
They not
but
even
but
the weight.
Caleb got beat by both of them guys. So what are you talking about? So
That's
basically,
why.
Caleb
So
got
that's
beat by arguably one of the 168-pound champion, which is Canelo Alvarez, which nobody else has beat except Floyd and Bivol.
All right, so this
And
is my thing, right?
David Benavidez is freaking undefeated. So you're not saying anything about saying other guys can't beat those guys.
that's
That's
why
not saying that. That's
that's
not
why I'm
saying
trying
that.
to
That
say.
doesn't
So
mean that Plant automatically beats them other guys.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't think Caleb Plant's scared of none of them. I don't think he's scared of none
So
of
why
them.
he
That's what I'm
gonna
trying
fight
to say.
Andrade? That's a good fight.
They
I,
probably
I,
sparred before. Who knows? Maybe they sparred
once
before.
you fight a big ass overweight nigga at 168 named Benavidez, I don't think you scared of none of them guys.
Yeah, that's true. That I give you that.
I wouldn't even put that. He put his life on the line on that fight, and that was a
Hey,
good fight.
let me say this, Rich, too. Let me ask you this. I meant to ask you this earlier. I forgot. If Benavidez lose, you don't think Mexican fans gonna criticize him and talk shit?
Oh
No,
yeah, they're gonna do it.
they you might have some, but they not gonna do it like how we gonna do it to somebody like if Terence Crawford lose, or even if Earl Spence lose to a Mexican or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, they not gonna do it like how we gonna do it. No,
Why you
they gonna
think that? I don't know why you think that.
they gonna uplift him out after his second fight.
No, they be. I
If
don't
he
know if
found
you
Did
ever
you
been
make
on
fun of
Mexican.
AJ? Did you make fun of AJ when he lost? I'm just
I didn't make
curious.
fun of AJ.
No.
I'm just
No,
asking. I'm just
I
asking the
knew
question.
I
To
knew he
Rich,
was gonna
AJ
lose.
got
did you
knocked
make
out
fun of him?
when
I don't make fun
AJ
of
got knocked out
anybody
by
with
Andy
AJ.
Ruiz?
Yeah,
Which fight you talking about?
the first time when he got knocked out about Ruiz, did you laugh at AJ? Did you think it was funny?
I wanted AJ to win.
Yeah, but see, a lot of these quote unquote black people over here, they thought it was funny that AJ lost.
Yeah, I knew AJ was gonna lose because Andy Ruiz fought earlier that year against this big muscular motherfucker. He beat the shit out of that guy. So I knew Andy wasn't a
You ain't
soft
really know
touch.
Andy Ruiz is gonna win. Come on, man. Not around that time.
Dude, like, did you see the guy he
that
fought
was
before
19.
AJ?
That was
The guy he
19,
fought
right?
before AJ was bigger
No,
than AJ
Rich.
and more muscular.
You
Hold on, let me
lying,
say this.
you lying, bro. Because when AJ
No, I'm not.
floored Ruiz in the
No,
third
because
round, you thought it was over with, just like everybody else did.
No,
hold
no,
on,
no, no.
Coach
I
Eddie.
knew
I
Andy
Cap.
thought
Ruiz
before. Hold
was
on, y'all.
looking
I
nice.
thought before that fight that Andy Ruiz could beat Anthony Joshua because I went and watched Andy Ruiz fight, and I said he can fight.
Yeah,
This is
that
a
dude can
bad
fight.
fight for Anthony Joshua. Did he take that fight on short notice?
Yep.
I
Yeah,
said this is a
Yep.
bad
because
fight.
Miller failed the drug test.
And I said, this is a bad fight for Anthony
Yep.
Joshua to take on short notice because he's quick and he can fight. I said, Anthony Joshua could lose this fight.
And
And he
I
can
he
punch too.
the
never
guy he
thought,
fought before AJ.
hold on, Box Hacker. I
Go
never
ahead.
thought that fight was going to just be no walkover fight for Anthony Joshua. I was not surprised at all that he lost that fight. I was not surprised at all that he lost that fight.
But when AJ dropped him, you thought it was over with, right or wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised he got up and was able to recover and shit. But I'm saying before the fight, I thought that there was a chance that Andy Ruiz could beat him. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially on
Hey,
short
I'm
notice.
gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna tell you. Y'all remember when Deontay Wilder was supposed to fight for Beckham? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that fight would have went through, Wilder would have lost that fight.
Did Povetkin just
You
get
think so?
banned for a lifetime for cheating?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But he would. But stylistically, when they made that fight, I knew it was all wrong because Wilder get hurt by inside punches. And Povetkin, if you go back and watch Povetkin when he fought Anthony Joshua, when AJ was Anthony Joshua, he was nailing Anthony. He was on AJ's bumper until AJ got him out of there. And Povetkin is a strong fighter, and Wilder is tailor made for Povetkin. Povetkin probably would have stopped Wilder if they would have fought. So he dodged a bullet on that fight because
Well, he
of
did.
the bad style matchup.
Well, I think Wilder be feeling like he just need to he just need to catch you. You know, like he don't care
Yeah.
about no
No.
style matches because he know all he gotta do is catch you slipping. Bow, you out of there.
But Povetkin, who was a hard enough puncher, he would have. I'm telling you, he would have floored. He would have put Wilder on the canvas.
If you
Wilder
want,
could never brought
if you
back
want,
Tyson Fury. That's the problem.
if you want to be honest, if Tyson Fury or Wilder would never fought, I think if Tyson Fury would have beat Usyk, I think Wilder still would have a good run.
Yo,
They
yo,
both,
yo, what
Yeah.
happened to D1? Why D1 leaving?
they both hurt each other in that fight, man. They both that first fight, that second fight, they both hurt each other. They fucked both of their careers up with them
Yeah,
fights.
they made their bones off of fighting each other because like some certain styles are made. Like I always thought that Tyson Fury was tailor made for AJ for that style.
Tyson
Just
Fury trash.
based on the style. If they would have fought, before everybody started losing, I think AJ would have stopped Tyson Fury. It would have been by brute.
Why AJ never like it seemed like AJ like I don't want to say scared to fight him, Coach Eddie, but you know what I mean. It seemed like
Well,
AJ
it's
just
like they could never
not
get it together. I mean, you got to remember
Yo,
Tyson
y'all can hear
Fury
me?
and Wilder. They were married for 3 years. They were married. I mean, nobody was fighting nobody. They was fighting each other for 3 years. So it was just one of them things that
I don't know
just
if you guys
never
can hear me.
happened.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I can't agree with that. I think Tyson Fury would have
But
would have
maybe D1 was talking about Coach Eddie.
AJ. I think Tyson Fury would have stopped AJ.
I 100%
I think
disagree
he
with
would have
that.
stopped him.
Was D1 talking about Coach Eddie? I think so.
So what
I
what
think
if I
I
think
just
about Tyson Fury fighting Ngannou? Like this is supposed to be the best heavyweight since Muhammad Ali, and he fighting
exactly
a UFC fighter.
and get
If
flipped.
you and you know like and then on top of that, he looked bad in the fight. Like where was the outrage? He's doing that in the middle of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like where was the outrage
Oh
for
yeah,
Tyson Fury
Oh yeah, that
fighting?
was crazy.
I
And I
agree.
spoke out about that. I thought that, like, I definitely spoke out about that. You can go back and check the lives. But did that ruin Tyson Fury career?
Nah,
But
that's what I was trying to say. All that stuff is from Deontay Wilder and them fighting them 3 times.
hey, but hold on, brother. But I agree with that. But also, you got to remember this. Even before Tyson Fury made his name off of Deontay Wilder. Before Tyson Fury fought Wilder, this dude was getting dropped by Steve Cunningham, was going life and death with freaking McDermott, and got dropped by this other dude named Nevin. So this dude, Tyson Fury, always been chinny. And I'm saying AJ before would have demolished Tyson Fury if they would have fought. I'm telling you,
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think so.
100%.
I think Fury would beat AJ.
I
Actually,
don't know about that.
No,
I think
absolutely not.
Fury.
Man,
I
this
don't.
dude went, bro,
I
absolutely not.
don't
I don't know
know.
what y'all see in Tyson Fury, But
I
I'm
mean,
telling, I don't see it. I
as
don't
bored as
see
he
it.
is, he did beat Klitschko.
Go back and watch this dude's fight before he fought Wilder. Go back and really watch this dude. That Tyson Fury is sloppy. This dude is sloppy. He's all over the place. Didn't have all this punching power. He didn't have all that punching power. He didn't. This
They
dude
called.
got
They
floored.
called.
This dude got floored by a guy who weighed 208 pounds. I got to
Man,
put him in the punch.
I feel
And
for
got
Trey, but
floored.
here's the problem. You're
Nah,
talking about a guy as big as that guy is. He
tailor made,
boxes.
bro.
He
Tailor
boxes
made.
fairly well for his size,
Tailor
which is
made.
humongous.
Tailor
You know?
made. Tailor made. I'm talking about the
Did
AJ
you
that
get your
wasn't
ass whooped by Usyk? Come on, bro.
tailor made. Tailor made.
I
Tyson
think
Fury
Usyk
is
ain't even a
tailor made for
I
heavyweight.
think
Usyk's
AJ.
that dude.
I
Usyk's
think
that
Tyson.
dude,
Usyk not
bro.
even. Usyk's not even a heavyweight, bro. Y'all, come on.
Usyk be it, but Usyk be being the shit out of people. But he's Usyk's that guy,
The
man.
mid-range AJ destroys Tyson Fury with the mid-range game. Tyson Fury is tailor made for Anthony Joshua.
I don't know. I
I
do.
Why
don't
he
know
gonna
yet.
fight Coach Eddie? Let's see the fight.
That's
Like,
still
I
a
wanna
good.
see
Fury,
the
That's
fight.
Fury's sloppy,
Tyson
but he's
retired.
crafty too.
that's
Fury's
that's
very
still
crafty in that
that's still a
motherfucker.
good
Man.
fight, but I still
And
think
actually, I
Tyson
don't
beat
care
him
about
today.
Tyson Fury at all. I'm glad he retired. To be honest with y'all, I don't even like Tyson Fury at all.
Man, that fight good to today, right now. But I think Tyson Fury gonna beat him back then and now.
Tyson Fury ain't beating nobody else. He
Man,
about
Tyson
to
Fury is freaking demolished right now. That dude is
he is
washed,
washed.
man. AJ touches him, that dude's going out on the stretcher, man.
So what? So what
Tyson Fury
AJ is?
washed.
Coach Eddie, what about AJ versus Wilder? Who you got winning?
If Tyson Fury, what AJ is?
He ain't not washed. Not like
How
Tyson
he not
Fury.
watched? It's Tyson Fury
Tyson
watched.
Fury
Tyson Fury,
destroyed, bro.
Tyson Fury already lost to
Tyson
Usyk.
Fury just got knocked down
AJ
how
got
many
knocked
times
out.
by
AJ
Deontay
last, you
Wilder?
only
That
good as your
nigga's
last
done,
fight.
bro. He
You
just
AJ
got
can't
got.
say that
almost got
because
beat up by a
Fury,
UFC fighter they
Fury
first
lost to
time
one
boxing,
person.
bro.
You said who?
He almost
Yeah.
got beat up by a
I
UFC
don't know
fighter
what
his
y'all
first
talking
time
about,
in the
but
boxing ring,
AJ
bro.
got knocked out by two different fighters.
Yeah,
So
I
what does
don't
that
yeah.
know.
mean? He a heavyweight.
I'm not going.
Last time I checked, Daniel Dubois is a puncher. Last time I checked.
He is a
Yeah, I mean,
heavyweight, bro. What are you talking about? Getting knocked out as a heavyweight means what?
but yeah,
He
but
What
you
does
got
getting
knocked.
say,
knocked out as a
but
heavyweight
You
saying,
act
mean?
like
saying
you act like he's getting knocked out by non-punchers. I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
Daniel
say if
Dubois is
you
a
gonna
dynamite puncher. Daniel Dubois can knock out anybody. That dude can punch,
if
man.
I'm just saying if you gonna say Tyson Fury done, you need to say somebody done that just got knocked out. Tyson Fury just ain't getting
You're
knocked
not
out.
done just because you got knocked out, bro. Why are you saying that?
He just went 12 rounds with the best heavyweight fight in boxing right now.
Tyson Fury washed, bro.
So I don't know how he's done.
I
He's
mean,
done.
if you want to hold on that, but I mean, to me, the dude, he's slow, he's sloppy, he's freaking out of shape, he's overweight, he's all over the place, he has no
He,
equilibrium, and you
hey
touch him,
he
he gets dizzy. So I don't know what that's the definition of done, brother. If you touch a
hey look
guy and he gets dizzy, his legs go, that's done,
hey
man.
you
Just
know
like and look, I love Wilder, but you know what? Wilder's done too because you touch Wilder on the side of the head, his legs go immediately.
hey
No
but
Yeah,
you
matter
Wilder,
who it is.
you
He's
Wilder
remember
just
finished.
Wilder just selling his name at this point. And Wilder, one of my favorite fighters. I fuck with Wilder.
yeah, he's
And
cool
don't
guy.
be surprised if Wilder gets stopped this next fight because see, this is the thing about it. Once everybody see you get knocked out, they think they can do it too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And I'm telling you, Wilder cannot take punches to the side of the head. If you hit him on the side of the head, his legs go spaghetti immediately. And
but
not
you know
only that,
what?
he's gunshot. He's psychologically damaged. He's gunshot. He won't let his
Well,
hands go anymore.
also, once you get knocked out like badly, like it's always easier for you to get knocked out again. Like I think like when you look at like Amir Khan, once he got knocked out by British
that's
Prescott,
all I'm trying to say with
yeah,
the
it's always
AJ
easy.
situation.
But I
I
see
don't know
heavyweights getting
how
knocked out all the time.
I don't think y'all remember how big
And they can
Tyson
always get
Fury
knocked out
is,
again.
how his hands is. I don't think those some heavy ass hands.
You know what? That dude's also he's a big
Those some
target.
heavy ass hands.
That's why I'm saying the reason why Tyson Fury had a problem with Usyk because Tyson Fury is like a tall building. Can't miss him. If you let your hands go, you're gonna hit something. And that's why he's tailor made for somebody like AJ, who used to throw those mid-range punches, the uppercuts, and the hook. I'm talking about pre Andy Ruiz, AJ, the one that didn't have all these mental, faculties messed up, would have freaking walked through Tyson Fury. It'd have been a Taylor. It would have been a demolition job.
Who can really beat
Tyson Fury,
Usyk at this point, though? I
he
feel
would
like
have went to
Usyk.
sleep, man.
I feel like Usyk's a generational fighter at this point. Like I feel like any generation, he gives people problems. That guy is tough.
Shout out to A Sostan in the cash app with $5. And he's just supporting the channel. Shout out Alan Sostan.
I think Daniel Dubois might knock out Usyk if they do the rematch. I got Daniel Dubois in that fight, man. I think Daniel Dubois is dangerous, man. He's a dangerous dude, man.
Can y'all tell me why they doing Parker like that? Big Supreme, you got something for the show?
Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second, 2 cents.
Okay. Like Parker got a good resume. He's had some decent last few fights. Why would they make what fight they finna make? Du Bois and who?
Usyk.
No, it was
I think that's what they're talking about in July or so. Unless it's a rumor, they talking about Daniel Dubois versus Usyk.
Oh, I thought they said Dubois versus somebody else, and I'm like, why wouldn't Parker get that fight?
I could be wrong.
Because he was supposed to already fight him, and then how you say his name? Dubois got sick.
Dubois,
yeah. I'm back in what Hacker said. Yo, D1, come up here and speak your piece, bro. I mean, he said something about Coach Eddie.
He feel like Coach Eddie was being underlying racist, basically.
I guess Coach Eddie's being racist, huh?
What?
I guess
I think it's based on
because of Tyson Fury.
No, I think it was a Caleb Plant.
I don't like. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So if I don't like a black fighter, that's cool though. But I can't but I got to like Caleb Plant, right? Sweet hands.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I don't like Caleb Plant either.
Okay. I got
it. It's not
so I got to like John B, right?
I think he can fight. I don't like how he carries himself. That's my opinion.
I mean, like I say, I don't think he throws rocks and hides his hand. I just think he just throws up damn rocks, man. I like Caleb, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I just didn't like that situation. Like I seen the interview today with Cornflake. I think I sent it to 2 cents, and he just was telling him to shut the fuck up and just talking crazy. I'm like, what's up with this dude? Then I get it. You smacked Jamal Charlo, but then you got into a fight with Ryan Garcia. Then you got into another situation. Like I just feel like this dude is always fighting and talking crazy. But you look at someone like Tank, they think Tank is a bad guy or a thug or something like that. Nobody says none of this shit about Caleb Plant. I just feel like it's a double standard with him. He could fight. You know what I mean? I like him. He's decent, but I just feel like he be talking real crazy. I don't really like that. That's just my thing. You know what I mean? Like if you about to fight a dude, you talking like Cornflake is just gonna lay down. Like he's not. Then you tell him to shut the fuck up, and then Cornflake is like, nah, you know, I fuck with you, bro. I like you. And the Caleb Plant is like, yeah, boy, fuck all that. I don't care about none of that. Like, what? Like, what's up with that dude?
I mean, you're supposed to pump yourself up before you fight somebody. What you want to be friendly?
Yeah, I get that.
But
you want nigga to be friendly? That's probably how he want. That's probably how he gonna feel better
he be
when
talking
he fight.
crazy, bro.
Some people want.
I love Clifton, so
some people want to go in there already. They don't want to be friendly when they go in and fight somebody. They want to already have a grudge on their shoulder.
I get that, but if you having a Zoom interview with another fighter,
that's how you supposed to be, man.
That's not how you supposed to be, bro. I disagree with that.
Like that guy, you never know that guy mindset to be friendly to him just so he could come in a fight like that.
Nah, I disagree with that, bro.
Man. You supposed to psych.
I mean, that's your opinion, gang. I'm just saying, like, if you doing an interview to do promotion for the fight, and you telling me to shut the fuck up because I interjected and said that you overlooking me, that I think that's crazy, bro. In my opinion.
I just look at it like he's psyching himself out, and he helping that little Zoom cell fights. He helping all that stuff.
Y'all don't realize how emotional y'all be.
Wrong with it.
Y'all don't realize how much y'all be okaying emotional responses from people that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not okay to just be cussing people out because they say you talk too much or just like, I don't know, that shit not cool. Like, let's be adults. But I guess they selling the fight, whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes you put fear in your opponent, you know?
It's about selling a fight, and it's about psyching yourself out.
But keep that same energy of somebody
and psyching your opponent out too, right?
He always kept that same energy.
Yo,
no,
that's why
I'm talking about y'all keeping that same energy when a fighter y'all don't like do that, and y'all want to be like, he should be more professional. He had no business.
I don't really care about that.
I want to keep y'all keep that same energy because
I don't care about that.
You be
Who?
being a hypocrite
That
up here. You be being a hypocrite
About who?
sometimes.
What?
You be being a hypocrite
Never.
sometimes.
I
Yeah,
don't care about
and
people
then
talking trash.
Caleb Plant talking crazy to the Mexican dude. The Mexican dude don't even know what the man's saying. Come on, man, that's crazy, man.
Who was there was another press conference like that. They were fighting some Spanish guy. They're like, I don't even know. I'm cursing about, but he doesn't know what I'm talking about, or some shit like that. I forget who that was. I think it was Pitbull and somebody else.
Well, anyway,
That's
we
why
feel how we feel.
Tank,
You breaking up,
Tank
Rich?
wasn't fighting like that because that was his friend.
Who said that? Oh, I don't agree with that.
You agree with that?
I don't agree with that. I mean,
Oh,
maybe. I don't know.
I remember I was telling people before that fight, I was like, Tank and Lamar Roach are friends. And people got mad at me. I think it was a Just Do channel. People got so mad. They're like, they're not friends. They never even sparred together. They just had one fight when they were kids. I'm like, bro, they're friends.
But I don't think
Cool.
like they like friends. They're just
They're
like
friends for real.
when
No,
you
they're
grow
friends.
up with
They ain't
when you
friends
grow
no
up.
more though, probably, but they're friends for real.
Well,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Well, they finna fight again. They about to get. They getting two friends getting a bag with each other. That's
I
what's
don't
up.
know. Well, according to Lamar Roach, he said he hasn't talked to Tank since that fight. Like he blocked,
And he shouldn't. They about to fight again.
either he blocked him or some shit. I don't know. Maybe he got in his feelings.
How am I in my feelings? I'm a competitor. I'm about to fight you again. We don't need to talk.
Plus, I need you to run me my 252 Tank. Run my 250, and if
Why
I'm
he
in the
blocked
audience,
you?
I need
Hey,
you to run me
Cotetti,
my 100.
that's
Cause
why he blocked.
Tank owes
Hey,
$350,000
hey,
right now.
guess
That's
what?
why he
Guess
blocked
what?
his ass.
Guess what?
Probably
Guess
he ain't
what?
trying to pay him.
Guess what?
Run
Guess
my
what?
250, man. Matter of
Long
fact,
as
I'm
I
gonna put
owe
that. I'm gonna put that in the next contract. I said, put that extra 250 in the contract. I ain't fighting, man. Cause you owe me 250, man.
He got paid at
hey,
$250 up front. He might owe you
long
twice
long as I owe you, you'll never be broke.
until you die, right?
Long as I owe you, you'll never be broke. So you be hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Man, that's crazy, man.
But what other fights? Who
But
else
that's
fighting
the
this weekend?
sad thing. You see a guy character.
Does anybody
That's the
think
sad thing.
Chavez had a chance against Jake Paul?
Hell no. He's gonna get
I don't
knocked
Think
even
he
out.
gonna lose, man?
Hell
I
yeah.
don't even
Oh my god.
I don't
Man,
I don't nobody's gonna
He
like I don't
sucks
wanna
on
hear
a
nobody.
diabolical level.
Jake Paul is silly, man. Like
They
I
both
can't
can
believe
actually
people
fight. Chavez, I don't know. I feel like
I can't believe Jake Paul can't no actually fight. This nigga fight like an amateur.
yo, one of my
mm,
dogs fighting too. Brandon Glanton, bulletproof. He fighting Billum Smith. He's cruiserweight title, or
Yeah,
maybe a contender shot.
I think he's gonna beat
oh,
Bellum Smith.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
guy.
Brandon Glanton. He a Georgia boy. I knew him from the
I think
amateur
Brandon
stuff.
gonna beat him.
You think so?
Yeah. I
Only thing
think
about Brandon was a football player. Brandon when he was amateurs. Brandon was a super heavyweight. Brandon was like 250, so that's why he kind of still moves kind of slow and sluggish because he was a big guy, and he got down to a cruiserweight. But yeah, he was a football player, so he ain't really been in the game like from a kid standpoint. But he always come in shape, and he's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that CBS took a real bad beating by Zerto. I don't think he fully recovered. I think Brandon's gonna get the upset. I think.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But Chavez, I feel like if Chavez Jr. that wasn't famous, he would never made it to TV.
I don't
I
even
don't
know
think,
why we talking about this for real. Be honest with y'all. Like that
I
shit
feel
is
like, yeah, I
what
don't
it
think he would ever made it to TV. I think that guy's no good.
Shout out to Jab Queen Boxing with the $2 in the super chat. She says, I agree with Rich, which means the sky is falling. Shout out Jab Queen Boxing.
You believe in
What
the
do you
truth.
agree with Rich about? I want to hear this.
She believes in the truth, you know. Richard be speaking the truth.
Hey, we all speaking the truth. Our truth.
I
That's
think he's
good.
probably talking about. I guess when he was saying that Caleb Plant is, I guess, doing what he's supposed to be doing. I think that's what
Yeah.
she's talking
So
about.
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
I
man.
guess.
People been talking trash for years when it comes to the fight promotions. No matter.
I don't know. He always got some drama going on when it's almost time for him to fight. So maybe that's just how he quote
Mhm.
unquote
Yeah,
fight.
that might be his persona, but I personally don't like it. But I think he could fight though. But I just feel like I get it, we boxers and stuff like that, but the way he be talking is like, I don't know, bro.
He used to be a world champion kickboxer before boxing. He's an interesting guy.
Oh, that's another point I want to bring up too before I get off of here today about something else. Classic Light says 2 cents. Can I shout your channel out on my show and share if with your boxing talk? Sure, Classic Lights. You can share. So another thing Terence Crawford said in the interview, he talked about who is that with that noise?
That gotta
Somebody
be hacking.
somebody gotta go on mute. Somebody gotta go on mute.
That's definitely hacking. Or it
No,
might be Rich.
I muted Rich.
Yeah, that's Rich.
Okay, stop. Terence Crawford felt like the whole thing with the black support, I guess. I don't know if he felt like the reason why the numbers wasn't better for the Spence fight was because black people didn't support the fight, which I don't know why nobody want to be honest. Terence Crawford ruined that fight when he left and went off to fight Avanesian. That's when like all the momentum for that fight stopped as soon as he did that. Even I was at the point where I was like, I don't even care if I see the fight.
I don't think
If
that's true. I
if
don't think.
they if he wouldn't have ran off and fought Avanesian, in my opinion, they would have kept that momentum and all that momentum that was built. Listen, think about it. All that momentum that was built up for that fight. And then it just dissipated and he went off and left and fought Avanesian. So then you want to come back to the fight. You got to build all that back up again. They weren't able to do that because people was already exhausted with it from the first time. That's what I think. Now, of course, I watched the fight anyway because I'm a fan. But even I was like, man, at this point, I don't care if they make it or not.
Yeah, I don't think that was the reason. So I think the real thing is that Crawford versus Spence is a fight fan favorite, but it's not a casual favorite, So it's not like, like you look at like Tank versus Ryan, right? Which did better. Ryan was able to pull in a lot of casuals based on social media, and they both went on Kai Select, who had like a big social media following. So they were like able to pull in way more casual fans, Like
But
most
so
fight
you
fans,
agree with
well,
me.
most
You
fight
agree?
fans will watch the crossover Spence fan. The question is like how many casuals outside of them will watch it.
Right. So you're agreeing with me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I don't think it's Crawford's.
All the momentum built up, which included the casuals. When he left the fight Avanesian, all that momentum went away. So all those quote unquote casuals that it might have did, I think it would have did better if he would have fought him instead of going to fight Avanesian
Yeah,
and dragging it out
I don't
even
think
longer.
I don't think that had anything to do with it. I really don't.
Well, I do.
I don't think so. Remember, Floyd versus Pacquiao was 5 years later, and that thing got pushed back, and still did like crazy numbers.
Yeah, but they not Floyd and Pacquiao.
I think, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit of everything as far as maybe the culture. Also, you also had this thing called fire stick and screaming. So people are going to do that. I mean, the elephant in the room is at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to watch stuff for free. If they feel like they find a link, they're going to hit that link. They ain't going to pay that $80, $90. I think a lot of time, too, at that particular time, I think people are what they call pay-per-view fatigue. They're tired of pay-per-view. Everything is high. Gas is high. Eggs are $8 a gallon. Orange juice $9 a gallon. You're paying $3, $4 a gallon at the tank. A lot of people just didn't have it in their budget to keep forking up all these pay-per-views. That's why even some of the tank numbers are starting to suffer because people just pay-per-view fatigue. They're tired of it. And now
So
you
what
got
y'all
people. Go ahead.
I said, so what y'all think about Turkey now doing pay-per-views? I mean, more pay-per-view. I mean, raising its prices. Like, well, I hear you with the pay-per-view fatigue, and like I thought Turkey was gonna kind of combat that, even though he was still doing pay-per-views, which I don't know why people was
I mean,
saying that, but
me personally, I think that for the pay-per-view with the turkey thing, I don't really think it's so much to make profit. I think maybe just to kind of offset, just to have a little something in the pot, instead of him just having to foot the whole bill. because I don't think like it's hard. It's really nowadays. It's really, especially you paying large guaranteed purses. It's hard to net a profit off pay-per-view model just because the piracy is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I mean, people are not buying these doggone pay-per-views because you got people that are literally showing the fight on YouTube and saying, click this link and you can watch the fight, and they're taking donations. So how can you compete with that?
Yeah.
But
You know,
even but
why would I pay $90 when I can just give a dude $5, $10? He gonna shoot me a link and I can watch the fight.
Also,
I mean,
Turkey's probably doing that
say
because it's
that,
in the U.S.
say that, y'all say that, but if I can sell 230, 240, 250, 300,000 pay-per-view buys, I'm still making a pretty decent amount.
Yeah, with a low guarantee. Yeah, you can do that with low guarantee, but you can't guarantee somebody $50 million and think you're gonna make it up on the back end. It ain't gonna happen.
That's
You're
why
gonna
that
lose your
don't
butt
make
every time.
that's why that don't make no sense.
You're gonna lose your butt every time. But like I say, at the end of the day, it's their money. You know, it's just like the Turkey want to go and throw his money up in the club. I can't stop him. You may think it's a bad idea, but he doing it. So it is what it is. All we gotta do is just enjoy the show. Sit back in the corner, and if that dude want to throw his money up, you still gonna reap the benefits of him throwing his money up. You ain't spending none of your money, but you still getting the same show. If y'all know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. People keep saying this pay-per-view model don't work, but I see Turkey steady doing it. So and steady raising them prices. So we'll see what happens.
I ain't saying it don't work. I'm saying it's not the Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao thing. We'll never see that again. You'll never see anybody do 4 million pay-per-views. You know, never. But yeah, you can make you can guarantee somebody like a low guarantee. Yeah, you can make some money. You ain't gonna lose money. I don't see
Speaking
why
of
people
Floyd
lose.
Mayweather, y'all let me know and drop it below. I haven't had time to look into this story. What's up with him being broke and getting scammed? Like, is that true? Is that the AI channels? Like, I keep seeing a lot of people mentioning that Floyd was a fake billionaire. His wealth was fake. What is all that about?
I heard stuff about that, but I don't know how true it is. I can't. But you can never trust the AI channel. AI channels are just there to like,
No, I know I was being funny.
yeah.
No, but I seen like white dudes doing interviews about this. I can't think of who it was. It's like a podcaster. And they were talking about Floyd Mayweather and how it was like a show and it was fake, and which I didn't really understand why they was hating, because they were trying to describe Floyd Mayweather as if he was like doing something wrong, but he just was doing what promoters do. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Floyd Mayweather would buy all the seats and then he would resell them. I'm like, he was his own he was his promoter.
Yeah.
Like,
Floyd was smart.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, I don't understand why y'all trying to act like that's not what happens in boxing.
You know, they always like describe Floyd. That's all it was. You know, even
Um,
at the end of the day, you know, Floyd made a substantial amount of money. You
Yeah,
know, whether he's a
it's all
billionaire or
about
not.
perception.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that jewelry that Floyd had is fake too, because nobody's gonna question it. So he could say, "Oh, I paid
no,
18." Man,
man,
Floyd ain't
that
paid no $18 million for no watch. You know, Floyd be lying, man. Floyd is not. He's not paying $18 million for a watch.
I
listen.
don't know. Some
Cheap as
people
that
like
dude
that
is,
stuff though.
18
Them
million. How
diamonds
can the
be
watch be
dancing,
18
Coach
million
Eddie.
dollars? It's
Man,
crazy.
that
Coach
watch better
Eddie,
tell
them
me the time
diamonds be
every moment of the
dancing,
day.
Coach Eddie. Them diamonds be dancing, Coach Eddie. I think
But
this stuff be
18
real.
million,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that stuff be costing that for real.
It,
man. Them people be sitting back laughing, man. Sitting back, they be saying, "Here come another one. Watch this right here." That's
18
what
million.
they be saying when everybody comes to the jewelry stores. It's a rock.
Yeah.
It's a rock.
Yeah. The time $18 million
Hold on,
watch,
y'all.
you better be a time
Hold on,
traveler.
y'all. Shout out Big Dog Willie, Bud, and Hair Grease. Oh, shout out Big Dog Willie with the $10 in the super chat. Bud and Hair Grease got into a street fight. Excuse me. I'm choking up. I can't even read the cap. Hold on. Woo. Bud and Hair Grease got into a street fight with Spence and Tank. Bud and Hair Grease was getting upper hand until Jake Paul jumped in with the steel chair and attacked Bud and Grease, only to preserve his fight with Tank. Shout out Big Dog Willie.
I like it.
All right. You drop another $10 and put the second part. So, what else I got for the show? What else we got? We've been on here about 2 hours and 39 minutes.
Yeah, I just was gonna say, Ty was saying that Caleb planning to slap one of us. I definitely would shoot that nigga. Just wanted to say that.
Caleb Plant. I wish Caleb Plant would slap me, but we gonna move some furniture around. I guarantee that.
Man, hold on. Somebody sent me a video. Let me
Or
see
should
what
I
this
just lay
say.
down
Hold
and get
on.
the check? Should I just lay down and get a lawyer? Which one should I
Nah,
do?
don't get the lawyer. Don't even fight.
Fall out and get a check.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That's right. I'm
All
a
right, let's see what
civilian.
this
That's
say.
right.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
Who that bread man?
All right, hold on. Somebody sent me this.
You've promoted the last couple of Shakur Stevenson fights. It seemed as though everything was fantastic. He's been over here. I'm sorry, just the one. Apologies. What's the situation with Shakur Stevenson? Because we're hearing
the situation is quite straightforward. We have a 2-fight agreement with Turkey Al-Sheikh
I'm gonna pause it because this is the zone. I hope they don't demonetize me.
and Shakur Stevenson, which includes the Zepeda fight, and that's how it is. You know, I was with His Excellency today for a couple of hours, and the team. You know, I saw the news as well, and obviously just wanted to say to him, you know.
All right, that's enough of that. I ain't playing nothing from the zone. He ain't saying nothing but what he been saying. I mean, if he's still with Eddie, he's still gonna be with Eddie. If he left him, he left him. It is what it is. I mean, we talked about it, we discussed it. They say they still together, and this they last fight, and then he moving on. So this they last fight, and then he moving on. And then we gonna see what's next. He gonna be a free agent. We're gonna see what's up, what's next for him. It is what it is. But
Shakur's gonna get that W, man. Salute to that brother.
we're gonna go through the panel, let everybody get their final 2 cents off. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Let me check these super chats. I want to make sure I ain't miss nobody. Shout out Big Dog Willie. Shout out Jab Queen Boxing. Shout out D1. Shout out Big Dog Willie again. Shout out Boxing Hacker. Shout out Big Dog Willie again. Shout out No More Sleepwalking. Jab Queen Boxing back with the support. Big Dog Willie back with the support. And Big Dog Willie again. Shout out Big Dog Willie for being a huge supporter of the channel tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I want to thank everybody that called in today. Fridays will now be my call-in show. We're going to talk about controversial topics. And I want people to call in and get their 2 cents about it. So we talked about Chris Eubank. We talked about how Bud can't walk on water. We talked about a whole lot of things today. It was a great conversation. We're going to start with you, Boxing Hacker. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, 2 cents on the panel in the chat. You know, so just a brief recap. So for the whole Bud situation, I get it. Bud's not perfect. However, you know, when it comes to like durability, he's been staying focused in boxing from what we can say throughout his career. You know, EJ, you know, salute to that brother. He fought a great fight, even though he ended up losing. But when it comes to like who was more like focused, it just seemed like Bud was at that point. And people can always make excuses for Bud, but at the end of the day, Bud's skills, he might want to be one of our best fighters in our generation today, in my opinion. As far as the Tank versus Lamont Roach situation, I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing for the date to be pushed back. You know,
hold on. Why is it weird for the date to be pushed back? It was never scheduled. It was never scheduled. That was just a date they were talking about. Why is it weird for the date to be pushed back?
Well, so like we hear one day and we hear another like a later date, and it's so reminiscent of their first fight where we heard it was supposed to be in December, they end up being in the middle of, I think, early spring or something like that, you know. So like,
Hacker, you don't think that's a regular thing that occurs in boxing?
Yeah, but then when Tank talked about it, he said like it was because, you know, he wasn't training like he was supposed to, and then you look at his situation where he was with Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, he went to Headbangers. And like his whole training scheme seemed different because before he didn't use weights, now he's using weights, and he was with the Headbangers, and now it looks like he's with Coach Mustafa, or he's going back to one of his previous coaches. You know, like so a lot of things are just circulating that seems very weird. Like, and then
nothing seems weird. He works with different coaches all the time.
So if you remember one thing Tank said, and I quote him, he said that he's always going to keep his original team. That's something he said. It's not
Mustafa
like
coach literally came out and said Tank was in the city and he came to just get some work in. He
yeah, but
literally said that. So what he
yeah.
still has the same team around him.
So,
Coach
but
Kenny.
headbangers is
I'm
a different
talking.
team
I'm
though.
talking. I'm talking.
That was my 2
He
cents.
that's the same team around him. I mean, I'm getting your 2 cents, but I'm just trying to because it's just stupid what y'all be saying. No offense, I'm just saying like what you're saying is stupid. Like he has the same team around him. He's always worked with other coaches. Like he keeps saying that. He's been saying that.
Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny have been his main 2 coaches for a minute now, and he said that they were his team. That's the team he's rocking with. So for Coach Calvin to become the second coach, this or the assistant coach was weird. From going from the head coach to assistant coach, it's weird any way you look at it, right? It's not like Devin Haney who was using Yoel Judah or he that keeps switching. Devin Haney's known to switch.
Evan Haney did
Mayweather.
worked with every trainer in boxing.
Exactly, but he's known for that. But then Tank is known for
And he
being
still
very
can't punch.
I mean, we're not gonna talk about. He's still a champion though. But so he's known for that, But Tank isn't known for that. So it's
Okay, so
weird.
what
For
was your
optics, it's
point?
weird.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if he's switching his team, if
yeah.
he
So
got
like,
new trainers, okay.
it makes you. I mean, it's only logic. It's only reasonable to think that it might be something like the same reason that maybe he's not preparing like he should be. Or maybe there's just more complexity against who's going to be head coach again. So like those things, it'll get people sort of like, what's going on there,
Right.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I don't have a plan with that, just food for thought. But salute to you, 2 cents, and the panel and everybody here.
Shout out Boxing Hacker. Coach Eddie, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I got a question for you. I want to ask you for some clarity. Now, with this Bud situation, is Bud expecting a newborn baby, or is that what they're saying?
I don't know if it's a newborn baby, but his most recent child is not from his baby mama of 8.
Oh, so this like a toddler or something, or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy right there.
yeah. That's what he
Yeah,
said in the
yeah,
interview. And then
yeah.
when Shannon Sharp, this was crazy. Like when Shannon Sharp asked him, well, how does that conversation go? How did you, sit down and tell your girl you had a baby on her? He was like, shit, nigga having a baby. I was like, wow.
That's what
Okay.
Crawford said?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that
Yeah, that's
right
kind
there.
of crazy. Yo, what's up with this scandal with Shannon Sharp? I'm saying that people keep saying that like he's getting banned and canceled and stuff like that. I haven't been following it though.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know. Something about him messing with a young porn star or something. I don't know. But go
yeah,
ahead, Coach Eddie.
yeah. Like with the whole Bud situation. I mean, I didn't. That was kind of crazy. Um, Holyfield had a lot of discrepancies in his lifetime. Also, several
I can't hear
kids out of
nothing Coach Eddie
wedlock.
saying.
My bad. Can you hear me now? Hello?
What you say, Supreme?
I can't hear nothing Coach Eddie saying.
Oh yeah, he talking. Go ahead, Coach Eddie.
It must be
Hello?
my service or something. Let me go out and come back in.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Coach
Well,
Eddie.
yeah, like as far as like Bud, man, the indiscrepancies, with the kids outside of wedlock, Holyfield had that same thing going on. Bud got enough kids, I don't know, his girl, she may decide one day she might get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? She may just be waiting on this Canelo bag and then pull the plug on him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to think about it. Cause you think about Bud. This ain't the first time Bud did something like this. That dude been doing that
It can't be if that nigga
the
like
whole
had a
time.
baby.
So at
And my
sometimes,
whole point with that, Coach Eddie, I wasn't like trying to be like. I'm just trying to say because his fans be acting like he perfect, like he a family man. He don't drink, he don't smoke, and I'm like, I only said that to just be like he regular. He a regular nigga just like everybody else. Like y'all stop trying to act like he got one up on every boxer because he's so perfect. He not.
and I do want to criticize that a little bit because at the end of the day, he's too old to be doing that. It's
I
ways to
agree.
prevent. It's ways to prevent that. And for you to be
I
doing
agree.
something like that's super duper sloppy. First of all, that's uncalculated, and that's crazy. For you to be out there butt naked like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, could have been you could have got the Maddie Johnson. You know what I mean?
With 8 kids at the crib, Coach Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, come on. I mean, bro, she already know you're doing something, but now you're doing too much now. Now you're embarrassing me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm
Yep.
letting you do this, I'm letting you do that. At least go to the drugstore. At least go to the convenience store.
That's the
And
same thing I said.
and
That's
get
the
and
same
get
exact thing I
get
said.
something. But like I said, she may be waiting on this Canelo bag, and then she gonna pull the plug on him, and then he gonna be singing it. Johnny Taylor, cheaper to keep her, because she got 8 kids. So she gonna and they may not be legally married, but they're common law married. That's community property right there. You best to believe that. And she gonna walk out with half of that Canelo bag. So you never know. Like I say, when a woman fed up, ain't nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? So Bud better be careful. He might be undefeated in the ring, but get up in that courtroom, he gonna take a L. He keep doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, but
Hey, Big Supreme,
that's
you
my
can
two
hold on.
cents.
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Big Supreme, you can
Okay.
come back up. I could hear you when you was up here. I don't know why you couldn't hear Coach Eddie. Come close us out. But I said the same thing, Coach Eddie. Like, but Terrence, you almost 40 years old, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's crazy. But normally I don't really talk about boxers' personal stuff like that. But I just brought it up because they've been attacking
Well,
me about.
it wasn't personal because he put it in public. I didn't know nothing about it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna watch that Shannon Sharp interview. I just keep seeing clips from it.
Yeah, it was
Maybe
too
I'll.
long, man. It was too long. Terrence cool. Terrence ain't really got that personality that you just want to sit there and watch him. I can watch him in like give me 10, 15 minutes. I can't do an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have that. Just as me. I like Terrence as a fighter and everything. But for like the interviews and stuff, he's kind of dry. If they're making this, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong or whatever. Somebody may disagree, but he's just not a hour or something interview with Terence Crawford. I don't know. He's just kind of monotone. I
Right.
don't know, but yeah, but that's my call. 210. Thank you for having me up.
All right. Thank you for coming up, Coach Eddie. I mean, I don't know, y'all. Y'all, like, I guess the Canelo fight happening. Oh, I don't know if I ever talked about this. About people saying, dang, I meant to talk about this. About people saying Canelo said if he beat Terence Crawford, he could prove that he could beat Mayweather. And I'm like, what? Like, I seen people saying that. But I went back and watched the Canelo interview. And I mean, Canelo cool. Like, ever since Canelo started speaking English, I've been like, I'm cool with Canelo. He's actually pretty funny. But I watched the Canelo interview, and he made a good point in the interview when he was talking about working out and eating healthy. He was like, "How am I making a sacrifice by working out and eating healthy? Like basically he's saying whether I'm boxing or not, I need to be working out and eating healthy. So it's not really a sacrifice; it's just my lifestyle." So I thought that was interesting, and he just mentioned like how some people say Floyd Mayweather's and Terence Crawford's styles are similar, which do y'all think they styles are similar? I don't know. He was just saying something to that effect, but he did not say that if he beats Terence Crawford, that's like saying he could beat Floyd. But like that is the dumbest, that is the dumbest stuff I've ever heard. Like how you gonna give Canelo credit for beating Floyd Mayweather because he could beat Terence Crawford? Don't that sound crazy to y'all? Just like how you gonna think Terence Crawford could beat Jamel Charlo because Canelo beat him? You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make sense. It don't make sense. But make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. You can hit the cash up at 2 cents boxing, or you could just drop a super thanks if you're listening to the replay. Thank everybody for joining me tonight. Thank everybody that supported the channel through the Cash App, through the Super Chats, through the phone calls, hopping on the panel. I'll be live again Sunday. Y'all go check out my videos I posted this week. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the video, kicking you off the panel, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.